Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. It is the FPL deadline stream for Game Week 5, and I am lit as all buggery. I have been to Silly Saturday earlier today, and I don't even know if I've set the stream up right, but hopefully it is showing up, and hopefully it's not buffering. It doesn't look like it's buffering like last week, which was an absolute disaster to start with, but I'm ready. I think that my team this week is going to be lit. I feel like it's going to be as loose as I am, based off nothing other than the fact that we're all about the vibes in FPL this week. So I'm hoping that that is the case because, let's be honest, at 8.8 million, you've literally got to start praying for miracles. And we will be back later today as well for a live watch along of the 3 p.m. games. So I'll be covering the Brighton versus Spurs game, which I think is the feature game tonight. Wolves versus Leeds, which should be boring. We've got West Ham versus Crystal Palace, which could be very interesting. And the other game is... Oh, I can't remember what the other game is. Some other teams playing each other. Someone remind me in the chat. Not sure. Someone else. The fourth game, I should know. I put the graphics for it together earlier when I was definitely with it. But here we are regardless. I'm ready to go. Let's have a look at the team, and hopefully I've got this right. I pray to God I've got this right. Let's hope that this goes into what I'm hoping it's going to go into. Hey, there we go. It is my team. That is my team as things stand. That's how we're going into the deadline. Now, things may change. I'm not even going to lie. Things may change tonight. I might not captain Haaland. There is a world where I actually captain Collins tonight. Where I legit might actually captain Collins tonight. Where the hell is my mouse? Hold on. Here we go. Bear with us. I'm going to adjust my mic settings. I just realized that I was on someone else's channel yesterday and it's affected the voice settings, so I'm going to quickly change that. Yes, it does. There we go. Hopefully I sound a bit better now. Let me know. I should be sounding a bit louder. Hold on, I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit as well. So this is the new graphic. For the watch along tonight, we are going to have the blue graphic backing it in. Now, I don't know if that's an omen that Chelsea are going to beat whatever, but it is what it is. We're going to get that timer started as well. Bear with me 1 second. We're going to quickly change that. I've just realized that I've not done that yet. Open up settings. I told you I was a bit lit. Here we go. Start. There we go. Start. Hopefully that looks pretty good. Yes, we've started just in time. There we go. So when that timer ends and it hits 0, you've got exactly 20 seconds to lock in your team. So I'm here for the duration. I'm about to crack open probably what has been my 8th drink of the day. And it's only 4 p.m. here, just turned in Kalgoorlie, Western Australia. So there we go. So yeah, that's the team as things stand. We're going to get in the chat straight away. Get your comments in. Get your card flips in. The card is ready to do whatever you want. It's here. It's ready. We're ready to go, baby. Lock it in. D-Unit's up and about. We're going to be good. Hello, Muppet Seller. I love the fact that when you came back with me yesterday in terms of your thing, that was brilliant. I loved it. That's what I want. When I send a message to people about why you're trying to join the chat, that is the comment I'm looking for. That put a smile on my face. Hello, Nana. Card flip, Foden or Haaland. If it lands on Foden, I'll get him in my team. All right, here we go. First card flip of the day. Phil Foden, my boy, versus Erling Haaland. My God, Phil Foden is a lock. The card loves Phil Foden. Let's be honest, the card loves Phil Foden. I've actually looked at bringing Phil Foden in myself. Early this morning when I woke up and I saw Semenyo was rising in price, I actually considered getting rid of Sarr for Semenyo and getting rid of Milenkovic for Van de Ven. I actually could have afforded that move, but I just didn't think it was worth a -4. I've held Milenkovic this long. I've got belief he's going to get a 15-pointer. I have to do it. I'm praying for a Chelsea United 0-0 draw, so all the people who got Palmer and JP can cry. That is what it feels about, Jordan. I love it. Fantastic stuff, mate. Oi, Jigs. How are you, buddy? Need Cunha to score and Ahmad, so 2-0 United. As soon as I found out that Cunha was playing, I was like, he's in. He is in the team, baby. He's ready to go. D-Unit's locking it in. Double United. I'm an idiot. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll hold my hands up and go, I stuffed it. Press wildcard. Sorry. Hold on. Let me repeat that. Virgil van Dijk or Gabriel card flip. All right, Virgil versus Gabriel. I feel like I was going to do this yesterday on the cards calls for the late mail, but I just didn't get there. So Virgil, Gabriel. Interesting. Hello, Samar Singh. Worth it bringing in Palmer instead of Salah. I'm going to take Salah out anyways, and I feel Palmer is a better pick for the next 2 games and captain this week. I love it. bet against the Salah, man. Bet against it. You're going against the early kickoff, and the early kickoff always feels bad, let's be honest. So, yeah, look, I'll be here anyway for the live watch-along. I'm telling you, today's live watch-along is going to be mint. The Mrs. team, West Ham, are playing Crystal Palace at home. She's meant to be joining me for the live watch-along as well. So that's going to be epic. And I'm going to force-feed her shots for every time West Ham either concede or they score. So it's going to be brilliant. Make sure you tune in for that. 3 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. Australian time. Wherever else in the world you are, just tune in, work out what the times are, and just show up. Good morning, D-Unit. Start Leeds keeper versus Wolves or Sanchez against Man United. Enigma, that is a tough call, mate. That's a tough call. I think potentially I'd go with the Leeds keeper because I feel like Strand Larsen's not going to play the full 90 minutes. So for that reason, I think potentially I'd go there. That's my honest opinion. Rolling transfer this week, got both Salah and Haaland in my team. Wait, Papritra de Fapa. What a name. That's a quality name. I wish my name looked that good. I like it. I like it. Go ahead. I want to know, though, who are you captaining this week? Rolling the transfer, but who are you captaining? Gakpo or Senesi as captain? Card flip. I love it. Mark Quinn, let's do it. Gakpo, Senesi. Oh, my God. I'm actually tempted by a Senesi captain, and the card thinks that Senesi is going to be outbeat Gakpo there as well. Hello, Avi, legend of the chat, absolute champ. This dude is a legend. Give him a shout out. A lot of people are channel members because of Avi, so thank you very much. I fancy a low-scoring affair in the early kickoff. I do. That's why I've actually predicted 1-1. Hopefully that shows up in the thing above me there. Avi, card flip for Salah, triple captain. I'm getting a feeling he'll do something insane. Now, Avi, I talked about this on the pubcast earlier this week, and I actually am hoping that Salah does something tonight because I feel like that will prevent a lot of people selling him. And then Haaland, when he goes ballistic over the next few weeks, will be less owned because of the fact that Salah does something tonight. So let's have a look. Salah triple captain. Salah don't triple captain. All right. It doesn't want you to triple captain Salah. No triple captain for the Salah. Are you staying up for the late game? Yes, I am. I'll be on the FPL pubcast for the late game. I will be backing in the Collins 17-pointer against Fulham and blanking the Anderson. Watch me live. I'll be on the pubcast for that last game. I'm going to do a 4-hour mammoth stream tonight. I'm going to be doing Man United versus Chelsea post the 3 p.m. kickoffs. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do 4.5 hours live. I don't know if my body's capable. I don't know if the mind's capable, but we're going to be here for it regardless. So make sure you tune in. I'll be covering it for everyone. Good evening. Sorry, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Stephen, how are you? Watching Andy Carroll play today. He's coming to my hometown to play Dorking. Can you card flip to see if he scores? Does Andy Carroll score? Yes. No. Yes, he scores apparently. Card reckons he scores. There we go. Grealish or Tarkowski, card flip. That's an interesting shout. I'm assuming you're going to be starting one of them. Emmanuel, let's have a look. So Grealish versus Tarkowski. Grealish. Grealish is going to score tonight against Liverpool. Can you imagine the scenes if that happens? Captain Haaland, Watkins, Bruno, Wood, or Semenyo? James, that is a really difficult question. Now, I've currently got Haaland captain myself. The card's got Palmer captain. Now, I'm telling you straight off the bat, if Villa had started like I expected them to start, I would have 100% captain Watkins this week. I wouldn't have even thought about it. I would have captain Watkins and expected him to do well. The only reason why I'm not captaining him at the moment is because of the fact that I'm concerned that Villa don't score for the 5th league game in a row. Surely they can't go 5 games in a row. So maybe, realistically, by the end of the stream, maybe I'll end up on Watkins captain. I don't think I'm going to end up captaining Haaland. I've got a weird suspicion that the card and my thoughts are going to take me on a weird, wonderful journey, powered by the love of CC and Dry, to a weird captaincy choice this week. And I'm going to go completely differential. It's going to either be a Hail Mary, or it's going to be brilliant, or it's going to be a Hail Mary and it's going to absolutely backfire like you've never seen before. But I'm here and I'll own it regardless. Putting in the work today. Yes, I am putting in the work. And just for you guys, like I've actually left Silly Saturday to do this stream for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Yeah. And if you are watching, if you're tuning in, please smash a like, share it on X. If you're on X, please share it just on your thing. Just press the share button, post it on X. That's the least, that's the most I want you to do. That's it. And just get involved in the chat. We're here for the duration and get involved in the watch along. The 3 p.m. watch alongs are going to be epic. Last week we only had 5 goals in 5 games. Today, we've got 4 games. Hopefully, we get more than 4 goals. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting there pulling my hair out. But if Nottingham Forest Burnley is a 0-0 fest, I'll happily accept it. I'll happily accept it. The win going to be so much fun. 100%. It's definitely going to be so much fun. I'm here for a Grillo goal. Yep, love it. Sunderland Villa could be absolutely... I agree. I'm going to do a live Sunday watch along tomorrow as well for the 9 p.m. games when they're both on together. Just because of the fact I've actually got players playing, and I just want to see how Villa go. Obviously, I've got Bournemouth assets versus Newcastle as well. So I've got a lot of players invested tomorrow, so it makes sense to do a watch along tomorrow as well. Rahi, let's go, baby. We're up and about. Again, add your reactions, get your comments in the chat. I'll get through them all as well. Stick with the robot. Love it, Welsh Red. Love to see it in the chat. Bench and Dyer Anderson also. Oh, really interesting. This is a really interesting one. So Rafi, Cooper, I'm not sure how you say your name, but old mate Ndiaye dropped in price overnight. Can someone confirm that Ndiaye dropped in price? I saw he was scheduled to drop in price. How did he drop in price? He scored 2 goals in 4 games and people are selling him. Can someone please explain the logic to me? If you started with him and he scores twice in 4 games, why are you selling him? Why? I just want to know why. If you're an Ndiaye owner or if you've owned him, please let me know. Get involved in the comments. I'm really intrigued to know why you've done it. FPL Hippie from Blue Sky. I need to hop on Blue Sky. Someone remind me during the watch along, I need to open a Blue Sky account. Someone remind me. I will not remember now and I don't have time to do it now, but later on, someone please remind me to do it. So yeah, back to Ndiaye versus Anderson. I think I would bench Ndiaye because he's going to die in a graveyard. That's all I've got. That's all I've got based on nothing other than the fact that, yeah, I don't know if that helps or not. Also, Captain Gakpo, Haaland, Gyökeres, or Semenyo. All right, let's ask the card the question. We have not asked this card the question yet. Captain Haaland versus Captain Semenyo. We're captaining Haaland. There you go. Card likes a Captain Haaland under those circumstances. All right, Haaland, Reindeers, Foden combo is the locked-in trio for the next few months. I agree, Stephen, 100%. Haaland or Semenyo captain. I just did that one. Haaland came up as a captain. Gone for Semenyo captain this week, despite owning Watkins. Good luck this weekend, everyone. Hayden Krellin, love you, mate. Great to see you on the chat again. Thank you for joining. Good luck with that one as well. Thoughts on Donnarumma as a City defender placeholder? I quite like it, Youssef. If I was after someone, I would definitely be looking at Donnarumma. If I was on wildcard, 100%, he would definitely be in the conversation. Reina Dezu, he is still 6.5. Why would you sell him? I agree. But apparently he's really close to a price drop, and I don't understand it. Potentially tonight, he might actually drop in price. Now, if he scores tonight against Liverpool, there's every chance that potentially he does not drop in price, but it's definitely something to monitor through tonight's early kickoff. Ollie Watkins captain is a risky, but I cannot see him not scoring. I think this is when the Watkins show starts. No, let's ask the card the question. Who's the better captain this week? Erling Haaland, Ollie Watkins. Wow, the card really loves Haaland tonight. I think maybe we'll leave it on Haaland. Maybe the card knows that he's going to tell Arteta at the end of tomorrow's game to be humble again. And I feel like going into the last game of the weekend, having your captain ready to go always feels quite nice because like you sit there and you're like, oh, potentially, if you're on a green arrow before that final game, you're loving life because you know your captain's coming and Haaland almost feels at the moment like he's inevitable. Let's be honest. Ndiaye Jura dropped tonight, not dropped yet. There we go. Thank you very much, Mark Quinn. Good then. You'll see my team, Darius. Love it. Hi, Darius. Captain Palmer or Salah? I would captain Palmer, but let's ask the card. Palmer versus the Salah. Oh, it likes the Palmer captain. It likes the Palmer captain over Salah. Ask the card if you should transfer Sarr out for Semenyo. Should I transfer out Sarr for Semenyo in a hit? Yes? No. No. There you go, Rahi. I've got it right. I feel like this week is my week. I've been waiting 4 game weeks for it to be my week, and this is the week where everything just pops for the D-Unit. Put money on it. Would you have Palmer and JP on a wild card or only Palmer? What? Hold on. Would you have Palmer and JP on a wild card or only Palmer/JP? I think, Youssef, I'd probably go just Palmer, potentially. Andrew, how are you, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. Nightmare is in the building, boys. Morning, Darius. Get that captaincy on Collins. Give yourself the chance of the greatest live stream moment. Let's ask the card. Let's do it for Andrew because I know he's in the chat now and he really wants me to captain Collins. Should I captain Collins instead of Haaland? Yes? No. Oh my God. Andrew, the card wants me to do it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe that is the ultimate play. Let's just ask the card if Collins is going to haul this week. Is Collins going to get a massive haul this week and bugger up the Anderson owners? Yes? No. All right, well, it doesn't reckon it's going to. So the card is contradicting itself, Andrew. I'm not willing to bet on it at this moment in time. Peter Brow, love to see you in the chat, mate. Thank you very much. Great to see you. Absolute legend. He was the very first ever FPL D-Unit channel member. What a legend of my cult following. So thank you very much, Peter, for joining yet again. Ask the card, will Ollie Watkins score a brace? Yes or no? Will he score a brace? Yes? No. Come on. We want a yes. We want a yes. You know when like people get the cup and like, yeah. Yeah. Yes, for Ollie Watkins getting a brace. We're on about. Maybe this is the week. This is my week, boys. I'm telling you, ladies and gents, if there's any ladies in the chat as well, this is the D-Units week. I'm feeling it. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. Maybe it's because Silly Saturday is here, but I'm feeling it. FPL offside. Bench boost with Dubravka, King, Tarkowski, and Goodmanson. No. Mate, why do you pronounce Haaland? Holland. What? Do I say Holland? I don't know. Well, if he's hauling, I'll call him Holland. Otherwise, Haaland. I don't know if that does any better. Let me know. Yes, Nightmare, he does know. Good morning, Nightmare. Nightmare, absolute legend. We're going to get him on again very soon for another talk because I feel like lots of people enjoyed that, and I know that Nightmare, I'm putting pressure on you, mate. Sort your life out so you can get on board with the D-Unit show. I actually really enjoy it. When me and Nightmare are on together, we have some really good banter. Who would have thought? Some random Aussie bloke that's just talking crap out his ass, and then some Scottish idiot that pretty much could sit there and tell, get off the boss, you... But yeah, love it. I'm up and about today. I'm feeling it. When I'm feeling it, my team bangs. And I feel like tonight, my team is going to bang. Your double forest defense should deliver the goods this week. Yes, Youssef, I'm telling you, Milinkovic 15, 17 pointer. It's incoming. I'm here for it. We're ready to go. Senesi has my captaincy. The card has spoken. 370K. Go big or go home. Yes, Mark Quid. That's what we love to see. I'm definitely feeling it. Yes, Nightmare and D-Unit chat, 10 out of 10. Exactly. I loved it. I actually, that was one of my favorite things to do. Like, I just thought that it just flowed really well, and I'm very keen to make it happen again. Also agreed, want Salah to do well, so less people bringing in for Haaland. Yes, me and Nightmare are definitely of the opinion we really want him to do well. We want to see Trig and Gary hold them from the pubcast so we can sit there and take the piss out of them when it goes badly over the next few weeks, and we overtake them in rank. On a wildcard, do you think it's dumb to have a 4.4 forward bench fodder and focus on midfield defense? No, if you have no intention of ever playing and you've already played your bench boost, why not just have a dead spot on your team? I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. Good morning, Nightmare. Can you flip a card to see whether picking Gordon be the worst ever captaincy? Is picking Gordon this season the worst ever captaincy in FPL? Yes? No. This is for you, Nightmare. No, it's not. There's going to be someone worse. Actually, I can believe that. I think that potentially there is someone worse. I feel like that. I feel like that's actually pretty good. Yeah, he is definitely. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Nightmare is not Scottish. He's going to absolutely assassinate me after this stream. But I think that potentially he could be. Also, I'm just going to quickly share this. So again, guys, if you could just help me out, like the stream, add some reacts, get involved in the chat, share it with your friends as well. That'd be awesome. I'm going to quickly share this as well, and I'm going to get back straight into the chat. You can tell I'm struggling here because I can't. Normally I can multitask quite well, but I can't do it. I can't talk and write at the same time. This is scary. Deadline stream. There we go. For Gameweek 5. No sheep bench boost here. No bench boost sheep here. There we go. That's what I want. Here. There we go. Hashtag FPL. I'm telling you, tonight's watch along is going to be unbelievably lit. I'm so excited for tonight's watch along. I just got a feeling this is my week. I don't know why. I don't know what backs me in thinking that this is my week. I've just got a sneaky suspicion that it actually is. It just is. Hello, Rob. How are you, buddy? Looking to get Haaland in next week. Selling Salah and Mateta. Need a replacement for Salah. Budget is 7.8. If you haven't got Semenyo, I'd go Semenyo, Rob. Otherwise, potentially could take a -4 and get a Foden move in. I really like Foden next week. I'm not going to lie. If it was a player I really want to buy this week, it's probably Phil Foden. Let's be honest. Even though his stats are probably the worst of the players I put in the late mail, but I just got a sneaky suspicion that the card is going to lead me back to the land of glory through Phil Foden. Let's be honest. Hi D from NZ here. Should I play Dubravka or Pope? I'm unsure. I'd probably go Pope. Let's ask the card. Pope, Dubravka. Oh, okay, Dubravka apparently. Maybe there's only going to be one goal in that game. Maybe Bournemouth are going to pump Newcastle. Dangu scores today to wipe out that Anderson clean sheet we manifest. Yes, Rahi. Anything to wipe out that Anderson clean sheet so I can tell Gary and Trig exactly that in the FPL lock-in. I'm here for it. I've had enough of Anderson. I want to put that player in the bin, and people say I hate him. I don't hate him. I just think that he plays for a crap defense. That's it. Should I triple captain... MF said, behave. Behave, buddy. Behave. That is disgraceful. What a shameful call that is. That is horrible. I'm not even going to read that out. You should definitely not triple captain Diego Dalot unless you have an amazing vice captain. Haaland captain or Senesi captain, card floor. I feel like we already did this one, Oscar. We'll do it again. Haaland versus Senesi. Haaland. The card's loving Haaland. I think this is the way to go to this weekend. Bench Grealish, Gakpo, and Mbermo. I'd probably bench... If you ask my opinion, I'd bench Grealish. If you ask the card's opinion, you're benching Gakpo. Yep. You're so focused on Collins, you missing that Milinkovic is keeping a clean sheet with a goal from the corner. I agree. I think Milinkovic could easily score a goal tonight. Nightmare is from Newcastle. I'm from Cumbria. It's on the Scottish border, but in England, 30 miles from the border. I was bloody close. Give me that. I was bloody close. You sound Scottish. Sorry, Nightmare. Are you doing the United versus Chelsea watch along? Yes, FPL MZ, I definitely am. There we go. Norbury originally moved to Cumbria when I was born. Reindeers to Juve, surely. Yes, that might happen, Evo. That potentially will happen. I have Semenyo. Murat, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much for the 5 FPL gift memberships. For everyone that's just got one, make sure you thank him in the chat. What an absolute legend of the chat. So make sure you thank him for Robert Dye, Jari, Alfie, Anita Day, Gaming. Please make sure you thank him. He's an absolute legend. He is literally running the FPL cult for me in my WhatsApp chat. Again, Arahi is hopefully in the chat still. If you could drop a link to the WhatsApp chat in the chat, that would be awesome. Again, if you want to talk all things FPL, you want all the updates, you want all the talk, there's a lot of talk that goes on, a lot of crap talking as well, a lot of banter, which we're all about on this channel. Make sure you join in. Believe it or not, I don't mind you taking the piss out of me because I'm here for it, but I'll take the piss out of you just as much. Just as long as you're aware of that. I have Semenyo. I know I'm kind of scared of Semenyo, but I'm going to do it anyway, so let's do it. I win. Elliot or Foden already have Haaland and Reindeers. This week I'd go potentially Elliot. I feel like long term I'd want Foden. Bench Reindeers or Goodmanson. I'd bench Goodmanson. 3 from Van der Ven, Senesi, Mings, Gahey. I would play Senesi. That's a hard one. I'd play Senesi. I'd play probably Van der Ven, and I'd probably play Gahey, and I'd probably bench Mings. I feel like Mings has probably got a potential to get benched as well himself, so that's why I'm saying that more than anything else. Can you ask the card Watkins versus Gyökeres and Dubravka versus Donnarumma? All right, we'll do the first one first. Watkins versus Gyökeres. Watkins. And then what was the other one? Dubravka versus Donnarumma. All right, it's gone with Dubravka. That's interesting. Maybe I did say there's going to be goals in that City-Arsenal game. Chill. Love it, Luke. Duderaya in the building. Love to see it. Love to absolutely see it. Captain Haaland or Semenyo. I've already done that one. It came up with Haaland cheering FPL. I actually also think that Haaland is the better captain than Semenyo, which is why I haven't bought in Semenyo myself. So the card is backing in my opinion on that one. Imagine Villa scoring, but it's not even Watkins. 100%. I can see that, MFZ. I can 100% see that. I just think that this is the week that it opens. Good morning, Luke. Hey, D-Unit. Hello, Lockie. Gibbs White or Igor Jesus? Gibbs White? The Jesus. Timu Jesus. This has to land on Timu Jesus just for you, Luke. Oh my God, it landed on Gibbs White. That's disappointing. Will Harvey Elliott start? I would think so because Aston Villa need goals and you would think that means that he starts. But yeah, let's be honest. I'm not sure if he will or not. Yes, as Rahi says, there's the link to the WhatsApp chat. If you haven't already joined, it's free. We don't charge for it. I like to think of this community as something that I engage in. I spend a lot of time trying to get involved in the WhatsApp chat myself. Sometimes, obviously, with the time difference, I may go inactive, but I always put the videos in there so you know when they pop out. And there's lots of chat in there, and the guys in there are absolutely brilliant. It's pretty unfiltered, as long as you don't get personal at anyone in particular, and you just take the piss out of teams and players. We're all here for it. Don't forget to subscribe as well, as Rahi says. Again, if you're joining for the first time, again, just make sure you smash that sub button. Smash a like on the stream as well. That'd be awesome. With the blessing of Timu Jesus, we will grow and fry the cartel 100%. If you've got Timu Jesus on your side, you know that the only way is up from here. Let's be honest. I'm actually foregoing watching the AFL preliminary final tonight just to be with you guys on the stream. So again, if you could smash a like, that'd be awesome. You don't charge... No, I don't. I do not charge anything, MF said. If you want to be a channel member, by all means, I'm not going to sit there and recommend you do it. The only good thing is you do get to get a badge next to your name, which I don't know if that's cool or not. I like to think it's cool, but I'm not going to sit there and tell you to do it. And you also get to use custom emojis that, thankfully, Luke, who's chill, whatever his name is in the chat, he actually makes them up for me, and I put them in the chat so you can use during live streams like this. So if you want access to them, by all means, just pay the lowest membership. You don't get anything for being any higher, but it's just, I like to think of it as like, I actually do that for a couple of channels that I watch. It's just a way of saying thank you for producing the content you do. I'm not sitting here saying you have to do it. By all means, all I want you to do is sit there, like, engage in my channel, and I'm loving life. And also, when I go to the UK, come to my meets. I'm going to host a meet of biblical proportions. We're all going to get lit as. We're going to watch a football and then just party on till 5 a.m. in the morning. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim says not even the Pope could persuade him to change a controversial formation. Urban Wildlife. Is that my sister? I reckon that's my sister. I reckon that's my sister in the chat. Her name is called Urban Wildlife. I'm sure of it. Luke, is that you, buddy? Have you joined as my sister to put in a question to trip me up live on stream? If so, well done. Also, hello, sister, and whatever. I might be saying hello to some random stranger, but hopefully the boys are going well. Very good. Elliot will start as Tillemans is injured. Yes, B. Very good point. Very good point, B. Shah posted on Insta he'll miss some games. Yes, he got, what do you call it? He got a head knock. He's out with concussion. They have different rules in football compared to AFL, but I think potentially that's why he's missing. Join chat and ask me to be added into our great family list. Yes. We're trying to acquire channel members and subscribers from all over the world. That is my aim, to have at least someone covered from every country in the entire world. If I could do that, I'll be a very happy man. Can you card flip FPL Andy? Yes. We will beat him. 100%. I mean, if people watch this and then they watch him, I know who I'd watch. But that's just me bigging up myself really more than anything else. Can you card flip to see if Villa will score in September? Will Villa score? Oh, I'm scared to do this one, Stephen. I'm very scared to do this one. Will Villa score in September? Yes. No. Yeah! They're going to score, which means they're scoring tonight. They're scoring tonight. And you will... I'm not going to repeat that, Rahi, but I love it. I want to see... I really want to see Andy bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like, just go in there and say, when are you bringing in Dominic Calvert-Lewin? We want to know. We want to know when you're bringing him in. Like, when he's starting games, when are you bringing him in, Andy? When are you bringing him in? Should I take sick leave tomorrow? Ask the card. Yes? Oh, sorry. Yes? No. No, you should not take sick leave. Be a good boy, FPL MF said. Kevin De Bruyne, sorry, I was going to say Kevin De Bruyne. That's not Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin Dewsbury Hall, King Esteve against Forest, 1 to start this week. I would start Kevin Dewsbury Hall. He's more locked for minutes. I think he'll be all right. Das. What's the plan with bench boost? I'm going to sit there and roll my bench boost with my other chips until after I've wildcarded. I've got no intention of bench boosting before then, unless all of a sudden my team looks amazing in any given week. But realistically, it's not going to happen till our wildcard, so I'm probably not going to bench boost until then. You've Captain Watkins. I don't mind it. Europa 1, that's pretty good. Stephen, maybe October. Maybe. Thoughts on a Gyökeres captain? I mean, he could score. I'm not going to sit there and say he's not, but I wouldn't be doing it myself. Ekitike to Isaac or Ekitike to Gyökeres on game week 6-7. I would go Gyökeres. I feel like there's going to be too much rotation for Isaac. That's just my personal opinion. Card flip. Should I bench boost Dubravka, Reindeers, Tarkowski and Estev? I don't mind the Tarkowski and Reindeers bench boosting, but let's ask the card. Should you bench boost that? Yes. No. Apparently the card reckons you should. Play Vicario or Dubravka? I would play Vicario myself, Peter. I would play Vicario. Also, how good does your logo look next to your name? That is dedication. I love that, mate. Thank you very much once again. I'm going to watch the match till 5 a.m. and I work 8:30. Loosen up. The card have no mercy. It doesn't have any mercy, let's be honest. Also, I'm going to be up till 5 a.m. watching the last game and on the lock-in, so that's going to be epic in and of itself. I've been awake since 8 a.m., so I'm literally doing a 21-hour day. Yeah, thankfully the last couple of hours are not on my own channel because I feel like at that point it's going to be really damn loose. But I feel like the watch along tonight might be carried by the missus, and I really hope for her sake that West Ham score and score a couple of goals. I am very tempted though by playing a 3-4-3 this week. I don't know why, I just got a feeling that Dew from West Ham are going to do something, but I feel like if I captain Haaland, it makes sense to bring in Reindeers, because who the hell is assisting him if it's not Foden? Reindeers off Foden for the next 5 weeks, brother. I would go Foden 100%. Is the honest answer, Chill and Luke. You going to watch Brentford too? 100% I'm watching Brentford Fulham. I'll be doing the... I won't be watching that game live on my channel, though. I'll be watching that live on the FPL Pubcast. So if you want to see my reactions when Collins scores that inevitable header off a corner against Fulham for that 17-pointer, make sure you join the FPL Pubcast lock-in, because I'll be there and you'll see my face and it'll be the best thing you've ever seen in FPL land. Well, I feel like it's going to be the best thing you've ever seen in FPL land anyway, let's be honest. All right, I'm going to put a poll up now as well while I'm thinking about it. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to quickly whack this in. All right, I need to whack a poll in. Start a poll. Card flip, Foden or Doku? Foden, Doku. Hey, the card loves Phil Foden. The card loves Phil Foden nightmare. You should know this. You should know this. All right, start a poll. Who scores the most points this week out of these 4 players? Who scores the most points this week? I can still spell. That's good news. I haven't drunk too much. We're going to go with Foden, Semenyo, add option. We're going to go with Salah. And we're going to whack in a Hail Mary here. We're going to go with Palmer. We're going to go with the 4 players I picked on the thing before. There we go. Get your views in on that poll. I'm intrigued to know what people come up with. So who scores the most points this week? Foden, Semenyo, Salah and Palmer. Wow, Palmer's up to 50% early on. He's back, boys. I'm telling you, he's back. 100% he's back. I feel like a lot of people were just hoping for the best here. Foden and Salah are up early doors here. That's crazy. Madness. Do I bench boost Dubravka, King, Paqueta and Tosin? Probably not. I feel like Chelsea, when Maresca said yesterday they've got a couple of knocks, that concerned me quite a lot. I would be concerned if I had Chelsea assets, to be fair. I'm sorry, I just watched it. Fulham won 1-0. And it's, jog on. Jog on. It's not going to, if that happens, the first person that joins the lock-in and says, I told you so, I will send you a shirt for free. Just send me your address. I'll send you a shirt for free. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that. Anderson's 100% conceding to to a Collins goal tonight. It's going to happen 100%. Is Harvey Elliott a minute's risk or a good punt? At 5.4 million, he's a great enabler and he's a good punt, but I wouldn't be sitting there going, he's a must-have. However, We'll have a look at the cards team, by the way, as well. So I'm just going to pull that up. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up and hope it looks pretty good. That's the cards team on wildcard. So I don't even want to tell you how many cards I flipped for this nonsense, but that's what it's come up with. I'm not changing it. That's it. I don't think there's any call that I didn't do that I haven't done. Like legit, I don't think there's any other call I could have done. That is the cards wildcard team locked in. So Ray will be in goal, Richards, Tarkowski, Senesi, Paqueta, Semenyo, Foden, Palmer. It picked Palmer as its captain, so I'm just leaving it as that. Even Ilson, Haaland, João Pedro. On the bench is Van der Ven, Dewsbury Hall, Byrne, and Dubravka. So the Cards got a pretty good team, I think, moving forward. And I think actually, it's hard to pick a team this week if you're on wildcard, but I feel like the Cards calls have actually been pretty good. I did think it was going to go with a Chelsea defender. It didn't in the end. So it is what it is. And maybe Dan Byrne is going to get a big 15-pointer at some point, but yeah, that's what it's looking like at the moment. And we'll go back to my team now. There we go. That's my team. But yeah, the Cards team, it was actually 2 million spots in front of me, and I had an absolute absurd game week last week when it picked Bowen on stream over Haaland as captain, and it got it wrong. And yeah, I soared past the Cards team. So this week, I'm in front. Will it continue? We'll have to wait and see. We'll know a bit more after the live watch along a little bit later. It's good news, Nightmare. D-Unit is joining Blue Sky. Yep, I will be joining it. Someone just remind me on the live watch along later, when I'm sitting there watching the games, I'll do it on my phone and I'll create an account and we'll go from there. So, I mean, it's probably good for my channel anyway by joining different things. I've been really lazy this year in terms of producing like shorts and what do you call it? TikTok videos. I prefer doing the long form stuff, and I really enjoy the live streams. The live streams are why I do this more than anything else, because I get the interaction from you guys and I love having the interaction. If I sat there and made these videos just to sit there and release them to a wall or an AI bot, I would sit there and be like, why the hell am I bothering? If it was your wild card, would you have brought Foden in or gone for a 1 week punt and then got Foden next week? I would have brought Foden in this week. I would not lie. I've considered buying Foden this week myself. The only reason why I didn't is because Cunha wasn't dropping, Sarr wasn't dropping, and I thought Cody Gakpo versus Everton, you've got to keep him for that fixture. But if it was the other way around, I think 100% I would have bought Foden in. So if I was on wildcard, I wouldn't have even hesitated. Foden would be in this team right now. Bruno captain, let's go. I actually don't mind a Bruno captaincy shout this week. I'm not even going to lie. I actually considered captaining Cunha as well. But I chose not to. I chose not to. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to either. So, yeah. Yeah. Again, if you're in the chat and you're signed in, please smash a like on the stream. That'd be awesome. That'd be very kind of you to do that, and I would appreciate it. As well, if you haven't already joined the WhatsApp community, please make sure you join that as well. There is a link in the chat, probably a little while up now, but yeah. The biggest quandary I've got is whether to start Reindeers instead of Juve. For some weird reason, I feel like Juve versus Crystal Palace could be okay tonight. I don't know why, which is why I'm playing 4 at the back. Like when I put my team together last weekend during the Saturday lock-in, I was like, oh, I'm definitely playing a 4 at the back this week, regardless of whether Cunha's fit or not. I was like, I'll play 4-3-3 again. Senesi, Milenkovic, Juve, Collins. I don't know why. I've just got a weird feeling about Collins. Sorry, about Juve. I'm not sure. Any news on Strand Larsen? Yes. So he will be fit for this game. He's probably not playing 90 minutes though, Rahi. So he will play probably at least 45, I'd guess, would be my guess. And hope for the best. Hope for the best. Yeah. Keep those reactions coming in. Love to see it. Seeing them all come in at the moment. That's good stuff. You guys are champs. I love you all. So, also, Youssef. Oh, thank you very much, my friend, for the super chat. You're an absolute champ. So, wildcard. Donnarumma, Gabriel, Mings, Senesi, Mbumo, Reindeers, Xavi, Palmer, Semenyo, Watkins, Haaland, bench, Dubravka, Tarkowski, Roden, Gooey. How can he improve it, boys? How much money have you got in the bank, Yusuf? Just whack it in a normal chat, man. You don't need a super chat again. But how much money have you got in the... How much money have you got in your bank? I'm intrigued to know. Because the only thing I would say is potentially you could move Mings out for Van de Ven if you've got any money. And potentially you could hold some money for Watkins to Gyökeres in a couple of weeks when obviously Arsenal get their really good fixtures. Other than that, I think your wild card looks really good. I like Tarkowski. I like Roden. Gooey's really good. If you're going to play, if you've already played like bench boost, you don't have to worry about Gooey starting. Even Maresca came out like last night and basically said that Gooey's going to what do you call it? He's going to feature because that's why they brought him back. So why not play him? So yeah, I don't mind it. I think that's a really good wild card in general. I'm just intrigued. If you've got any money, I'd probably do what I just said. Mings to Van de Ven or something like that and potentially just hold the extra 0.2 or hopefully you've got 0.3 and then you can go Watkins to Gyökeres potentially in game week 7. Other than that, it's really good. Gyökeres on game week 6 for -4 or -7 for free. I'd do it -7 for free, Arello. I think that Newcastle probably keep out... I feel like Newcastle probably keep out Arsenal. If I'm being honest, I feel like they keep them out. Again, make sure you get your votes in for the chat in terms of who thinks scores the most points out of those 4 players. I'm intrigued to know what people think. Thoughts on Waltermaid. Now, what Eddie Howe said yesterday, I'm concerned about Waltermaid. Now, I think that potentially with Wisser out of the team, that looks really good for his minutes and his potential. He obviously scored last weekend. But the way he basically said, he goes, we need to work on his fitness, we need to manage him, but that still might not keep him from getting injured. Who says that about a player? Like, I could say it about one of my players going, I don't want to play him for more than like 60 minutes because I'm scared he's going to get injured. Who says that? It was a really weird comment from Eddie Howe, which makes me think that he doesn't think that Walter Matey is that fit. I'm not sure, but that did concern me, that comment. But I think potentially outside of this week and next week, Walter Matey could be a really good shout moving forward. But Newcastle obviously in the Champions League as well, so you've got to factor that into things as well. So that also may play a part moving forward. When am I going to bench boost? Probably between game weeks 12 and 19. Don't know when, but that's probably when I'm going to do it. Watkins, I'm as clueless as Watkins in front of... Yeah, I'm the same with bench boost. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, let's be honest. 0.5 on the bench. All right, so if you've got 0.5, I would 100% swap out Mings for Van de Ven. That takes out 0.2, which leaves you 0.3 for Watkins to Gyökeres in game week 7. I love that. So if Watkins scores, his price is going to go up, right, the next 3 weeks. You might not even have to do it in game week 7. You might be able to do it in game week 8. So yeah, that's the only change I'd make probably. Go Mings to Van de Ven. And I like the rest. I really like the rest. I've got nothing negative to say about the rest. I feel like the rest is brilliant. Like, it's a really good wildcard squad. Really good wildcard squad. You reckon I start Strand Larsen over Reindeers? 100% Rahi, I would do that. Let's ask the card. Start Strand Larsen over the Reindeers. Strand Larsen, baby. Strand Larsen, Rahi. Thoughts on Watkins or Wood captain after other alternative Palmer? I don't mind the Watkins captaincy shout. If Aston Villa were the Aston Villa of last year, I'd be captaining Watkins 100%. Wouldn't even consider not doing it. So let's be honest, I'd be doing that. So I don't mind it. I wouldn't be captaining Wood though. I feel like Igor Jesus is really there threatening his position. So again, just keep that in mind. I would, yeah, that's all I'll say on that one. Walter Matey must be built like a deck of cards. And well, apparently, Lucas. I mean, that's what Eddie Howe said. I'm just repeating what he said. Yeah, not sure. And Schumann Palwali, 2 to start. Van de Ven, Juve, Reindeers, Richards. I want to bench Van de Ven and Juve. Also, Palmer or Haaland as captain. Let's ask the card. Haaland, Palmer as captain. Wow, Palmer as captain. There you go, boys. Palmer as captain. Interesting. Bindier hype train. Also, apparently, Bindier's got really good XG this week, according to Luke. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if that's as an own goal or if it's an actual goal. How many minutes do you think Pedro gets? I think he gets at least 70 minutes, Avi, would be my guess. Any Chelsea fans in the chat, how many minutes does João Pedro get on the weekend? I guess this shout from Newcastle coach shows he is a hard spot to choose between both of them together. Yeah, I agree, Murat. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Wisser is fit and available. Let's be honest. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when Wissa is fit and available. Who will score more points, Agbadoo or Watkins? Surely that's got to be Watkins. Agbadoo, Watkins. Come on, Watkins. Yeah! Watkins is on for one tonight. I can feel it. I can feel it already. Ollie Watkins' brace is coming. Just played the bench boost chip. Captain Foden or Haaland? I feel like the card asked this question before. Foden versus Haaland. I can't remember though. Let's just ask the card again. Foden versus Haaland, captain. Haaland. Really likes Haaland, let's be honest. As a Chelsea fan, probably 90 minutes. There we go. Some Chelsea fans getting involved in the chat. We'd love to see it. So yeah, I would agree. I feel like they've got no other striker, right? Like Mark Gooey is Mark Gooey. Is he really going to be that good moving forward? I'm not sure. So again, it's one of them weird ones. Can't flip for Captain João Pedro or Wood. The FPLM have said Ollie Watkins is scoring more points than Diego Dallo. Pedro versus the Woody Woodpecker. And João Pedro wins. I have a sneaky suspicion that Chris Wood may not play as many minutes as people are expecting this week. Now, I don't want to scaremonger anyone. If you've got Chris Wood, I'd still play him myself. But I would be concerned about Chris Wood this weekend. If Chelsea are winning, João Pedro will come off around 60. If losing, he'll stay on. There we go. Very good. So many wingers, they can easily play Neto up front. Yeah, what Andrew said. Chelsea just have so many options. I mean, like, it's written in the stars. If I was on a one-week punt this week, if you asked me for a free hit, what I should have done is I should have included Garnacho. I feel like Garnacho scores against United tonight. Now, Chelsea may not win the game, and I'm still expecting a draw, but I feel like it's written in the stars that Alejandro Garnacho will score. He'll go up to Ruben Amorim, or he'll signal in his direction, or he'll signal to the crowd, and we will not hear the end of it. I can guarantee it. I can almost feel it during the live watch along. I'm going to sit there, and you're going to see my face, and you're going to sit me, and you're just see me going like that to Garnacho. Like, it's going to happen. I can just feel it right now. It's going to happen. Watkins could get a yellow on 38th minute and sub off. I mean, I don't see that happening. Ollie Watkins is not a dirty player in general, so I think he'll be fine. I think many people will bench boost today because a certain United fan has activated it with the Brav kick. Yeah, I agree. Rahi, you're on it. FPL is like a bunch of sheep. Now, unfortunately, I can tell you right at the moment that Let's Talk FPL, bless him, good bloke, he supports United, but so many people watch his stuff, and he hasn't had a good rank in ages. Now, I know his rank is a lot better than mine at the moment. You don't have to tell me that. I know that my rank is crap, but he's played one chip. I've played none, and he's playing his second chip tonight. Now, I actually reckon that my team has a strong chance of outperforming Andy's using his bench boost chip this week, because he's going to be captaining Salah, and I will not be captaining Salah, and I just feel that potentially this is the week where things turn around. I feel like there's a lot of sheep in this game. A lot of people, don't be a sheep. Don't copy what I do. I just sit there. I'm here for entertainment. I'm here to give you advice and my own thoughts, but I'm not ever going to sit there and tell you to do anything. I just think that you should have fun. If you're having fun playing the game, and look, I'm having fun, and I'm 8.8 million rank. So I think that you've got to sit there and go, you've got to roll with the game. Some weeks you'll have an amazing week. Some weeks you'll have an absolutely crap week. All you have to do is ask Andrew about that. FPL Nightmare will tell you all about having a crap week. When you captain someone that gets negative points, that's the definition of a crap week. But sometimes it goes really good. Sometimes it doesn't. And you just got to roll with it and hope for the best. I need Ugarte, double foot, Garnacho. I could see it happening, to be fair. I could see it happening. See you, Abby. I will see you later on. I have to head out. See you during the live watch along. Yes, I'll be back during the live watch along. Thank you for joining. Garnacho is better than Giddens, so I think will nail the left wing spot over the coming weeks. Yeah, I agree. Chill, Luke. Attempted to captain Lacroix versus. Now, I actually think Cisse. Now, I don't know if FPL Nightmare is still in the chat, but he is considering a Lacroix captaincy. So again, I don't mind it. I think there's a world where West Ham are absolutely rubbish off set pieces. There is every chance that potentially he could score a goal. So I do not mind that shout at all. I think that potentially it could pay off massively if it comes. I actually think the defender will top score this week. I'm just scared to play the captaincy on one myself. I think if I'd had a better start to the season, I would be more open to a captaincy shout on a defender this week. I'm just scared. I shouldn't be scared. Why am I scared? I'm an idiot. Why am I scared? Tell me why I'm scared. I shouldn't be scared. West Ham cannot... yeah, exactly what you just said. West Ham cannot defend set pieces. Him or Gahey, aerial threat. Lacroix, Defcon monster. Add a potential clean sheet. 100%. I don't mind it at all. Cisse Munoz, not better for a captain? If you've got Munoz, potentially, yes. Lacroix would be my choice if I had him. There you go. Andrew's on board with that shout. Timu Jesus has arisen. He's ready to go. Went from 20k to 50 in the world last week, and the points difference between me and 3k is just, oh, mate, that is what we're talking about. Top 50. That's what we need. People are tuning into this that are in the top 100 teams in the world. That's all you need to know. Now, Supreme Leader, I don't see you in the FPL Think You Can Beat the D-Unit League. Make sure you join. If you haven't already joined the league, the code is M7... oh, my God. Can't even turn my hand that way. M73WLE. Join the league. We want #1 FPL player in the D-Unit League. So please, if you've got a good rank and you haven't already joined the league, please join the league. Also join the WhatsApp chat as well. We need your advice in the chat. That's what we want. Though, if I was on a live stream tonight, I would definitely captain Collins. Oh, the card said no, mate. The card said Haaland over Collins. I can't do it. Please do a card throw between Arsenal and City. I'm on pins and needles. Have before tomorrow's match. All right. I'm going to ask the card 2 questions first. Is the Arsenal versus Man City game going to end in a draw? Yes. No. Because if we can't ask the card the question, unfortunately, the card reckons the game's ending in a draw. The card reckons it's ending in a draw. There you go. I actually think that the most logical result for that game is a draw. Lacroix birth, lots of points in Scrabble too. Yes, it is. Morning all. Morning Donald. McDonald. What a name. Donald McDonald. Love to see it. Good morning, mate. My name is Gold Roger, mate. I'm 9th in your league. 9th? Oh, you're going to finish top Supreme Leader. I've got every faith in you. 9 wrong from the card so far. Collins will be number 10. I mean, the card is on one, right? We only need to look at the slideshow above my head, and the card knows more than most. But it is calling Haaland captain over Collins. Yep, join the league. I'm sitting at 16 at the moment. Well done, Donald McDonald. That's what we like to see. Dusty Tanez. What to do with Dango? Already used my free transfer. Is it worth? No, don't take a hit. I think Dango starts against Fulham tonight quite comfortably. I think he'll be fine. Supreme, come to the chat group too. Yes. Evening D-Unit. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. PTET. Rahi will drop the link to the WhatsApp group in the chat very shortly, I'm sure. So, yeah, just make sure you click the link. Otherwise, just scroll up a little bit. Again, if you're in the chat and you're getting involved in the comments, please smash a like on the stream as well. That's definitely much appreciated. Semenyo or Gakpo captain? I would go Semenyo myself, but let's ask the card. Semenyo versus Cody Gakpo. I'm hoping it says Gakpo because then I'll feel even better about not owning Semenyo. And it's gone with Semenyo, so there you go. Semenyo over Gakpo. I feel like Gakpo is going to be a player I want to get rid of next week. Does one of Burnley or Sunderland keep a clean sheet? Yes, no. No. There you go. That's good news. What's up? Good. Hello, music. How are you, buddy? Those with Salah captain forgot about Gandhi. I captain Salah. I love it. Cheers, mate. No problems at all. Shard or Reindeers? I like Kevin Shard. I love Kevin Shard. I thought he was brilliant last year. I got a lot of points out of Kevin Shard. Shard or Reindeers this week though? Let's ask the card. I feel like I would say Shard all day long, but we'll go with Shard versus the old Reindeers, and we'll go with Reindeers apparently. Reindeers. There you go. The question was for the card. Hold on. Oh yeah, I've asked the card. No, the card said no. Xavi or Johnson? I would go Xavi all day long. Nishant. Sorry, I just butchered your name. My apologies. Palmer or Haaland captain? I would go Haaland captain, but let's refer to the card. Now, the card's gone Palmer captain in its own team, but now that we're asking live on stream, we've got 69 people watching, which is a very good number, 69. Just thought I'd shout that out right now. do we go with the Haaland captain or the Cole Palmer? And we're going with Cole Palmer. That is the first call against Haaland this week. Maybe the card knows something about Cole Palmer. There we go. Yeah, getting rid of Gakpo next week, thinking Palmer instead. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think that Cole Palmer potentially for the foreseeable future might be really good. If we get another good performance tonight at Old Trafford, I'll be very tempted. I'll be very tempted to bring that man back in. He looked good against Brentford in that 45 minutes, and he looked really good against Bayern Munich. The only concern I've got about Cole Palmer is the fact that he was holding his groin, which is not good. I get your humour. Brilliant. I love it. I'm definitely here for the humour. I will take the piss out of myself, let alone everyone else. Ekatike or Haaland captain? Haaland. It's got to be Haaland. Got to be Haaland over Ekatike, surely. I didn't want to ask the card that question. I feel like the card's going to be wrong about it. That's all right. I asked the card. It landed on Haaland. We're good. We're good. We're good. It went my Haaland captain over those two. I like it. Brilliant. All right, we've got 66 minutes till the deadline now, or just under, or just over, sorry, because I deliberately set the timer so you guys can go and fix your teams before it actually closes. Also, I think my challenge team last week went really well, but I'm not 100% sure. My draft team went really well. When Phil Foden started and scored and got DC points, that's a really interesting watch. Now, Phil Foden got, I think, 13 or 14 DC contributions last week, and he ended up getting the +2 points. It's going to be interesting to see if that continues long term or if it changes over the coming weeks. I'm intrigued to know, because if he is obviously going to be getting them regularly, all of a sudden at 8 mil, he becomes an unbelievably good option. Like, unbelievably good option. Also, I think that Mbumo's got 0.74 XGI per 90 through 4 games. How he's only got 1 return so far, attacking return, it's going to change. I don't know if it's going to change this week, but I think Mbumo could bully Brentford next week and he could bully Sunderland the week after. So if you're after a bit of a long shot and you want to take on like the Semenyos, it could be a really good shout to go with Mbumo. Just something to keep in mind. I actually couldn't believe the stats. When someone told me that before and I looked it up and I saw the stats and he had the best stats out of anyone in midfield, I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but that's pretty good. Oh, yeah, 100%. Look, I've been on the beer since, well, the drinks since 3.5 hours ago. I was actually surprised I made the deadline stream. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to have to cancel it. But here we are. We're good. Actually, it's probably good. This is allowing me to pace myself into the night. So maybe if I didn't do the deadline stream, I may not have made the live watch along. But we're here for the live watch along regardless. Tempting bringing Mbumo in. It is very tempting. I would agree. Foden, one to watch, but Pep Roulette. Yeah, Donald McDonald, you're onto something there. The only thing I'll say about Pep Roulette is potentially he's got a smaller squad this year. There's less players to be doing the Pep Roulette with. So that is something to monitor. I think potentially that might make him a bit better moving forward. Foden will get benched at sleeping. I love it. At some point. Yeah, he will definitely get benched. I'm not even like sitting there saying he won't get benched, because I know he will. Inevitably it will happen. It'll be against a weak team as well. But I think for Burnley it makes a lot of sense, because they've got the Carabao Cup following Burnley. There's no reason to rest him for Burnley when the Carabao Cup's there. You rest him for the Carabao Cup, you play him in the Premier League, he could be good for a couple of weeks. Yes, I have. Craig Boyd Crook, it landed on Haaland. Saka may be fit for City game. Are you going to bring him back next week? No. I won't bring him back till game week 7, and I don't even know if I bring him back then. I feel like Saka is an injury risk, and I don't know if I want to go back there again. This is the week where rankings are going to change a lot. It's only when we don't have a definitive captain for a game week rank swing a lot. I agree. This is the week where you can sit there and go a bit rogue and hope that it comes in. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Marmouche and Cherky out at the moment, so not bad on short term. Yeah, exactly. Kunga Rands, G-Unit. I love it. Thanks to the Haaland tip last week, rank went from 3.5 to 780k. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of content that I like to provide. Last week I said all week long, Haaland captain over anyone else, And the man delivered. The man delivered when we needed him most. And if it wasn't for Reindeers butchering that gilt-edged chance, it would have been a 32-pointer as captain. He was brilliant last week, let's be honest. Read previous message. Hold on. Read previous message. I must have missed one. I do occasionally do that. Oh, Xavi or Johnson? Xavi, mate. Xavi all day long. Xavi. Ask the card if Aston Villa are going to score this week. Yes, I already did that. Brisaya, the card said Ollie Watkins is scoring and Aston Villa is scoring. So blame the card if it doesn't come in. This is the week the Trig climbs the ranks. This is the week where Trig the sheep falls apart and cops it on the lock-in. When Anderson concedes to the Collins header, it's happening, boys. It is happening. The sheep will be made to roost as the true shepherd arises from the ashes and hunts him down on the leaderboards. Will Saliba start? Yes, would be my guess, Lemon. Yeah, I went with that tip. Haaland and now at 90k. I love that. That's brilliant. Foden, Reindeers, Haaland go to rocket me to the top next week. I agree. Hillbilly, I'm on track with those three next week, 100%. Foden is in for me. Oh, give him my team. Sorry, I missed that. I must have missed that, Nishan. Hold on. Sorry, mate. I'll go back, have a look. Send it again. I've only got Xavi or Johnson. I can't see your other comment. I must be blind. Just send it again, mate. Sorry. I think I might have missed it. Yeah, send it again. I must have missed it. I can't see it in the chat. I'll apologise if I'm completely blind, and potentially I might be, but there's reasons for that, so we won't get into them. Go outside and breathe fresh air. I breathe fresh air a lot today. I've actually been outside for most of the day, Mr. Clips, so thank you for that. Green Arrow this week means the good single malt is coming out, mate. I'm telling you, the Green Arrow is going to be coming out tonight, and I'm telling you that the Frangelico will be live on the Man United Chelsea game, because I'm just feeling that this is the week where I come good. This is the week I've been waiting for 5 weeks, and it's happening tonight. I actually think there's a strong chance I could halve my rank tonight. He breathes Red Bulls. Rahi's not wrong. I drink a Red Bull a day. It's really bad for my health, but here I am. I actually think that the fact that I drink so much Red Bull actually keeps me young, because I don't know how old people think I am, but I'm probably younger than you think I am. No, older than I think you're... Sorry, I'm probably older than you think I am. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Reindeers, Roden, Anderson. Choose two. Reindeers and Roden, because I hate Anderson. That was an easy question. I like them ones. Admin deleted his team as it was tragic. They did not. I did not see any team get deleted in the chat. I'm pretty sure I didn't anyway. I'm going to close that. We've got 81 votes now. Let's have a look what the answers are. Who scored the most points? Let's have a look. Let's end this. End poll. All right, so it comes in with Semenyo, 35%. Salah, 32%. Palmer, 26%. And Foden, 7%. Maybe those Foden early adopters are up and about. All right, let's ask another question. Who are you captaining this week? All right. Bear with me. I'll get back into your questions in a second. Who are you captaining this week? Question mark. All right. Hold on. I can't even spell this. This is concerning. We're going to go with Haaland, because I feel like he's going to be popular. We're going to go with Salah, who's also going to be very popular. We're going to go with Semenyo, who's going to be popular. And then I'm just going to add other option as the fourth one, because I feel like those are the top three. Now, if you're not captaining one of Haaland, Salah and Semenyo, please put in the chat who you're captaining so everyone else knows. So, yeah, there we go. We'll start that poll now. And I, at the moment, will be captaining Haaland. All right, who would you bench? Murillo, Tarkowski, King, or Anderson? I'd bench King. I feel like King's the biggest minutes risk out of all that lot. 28, Supreme Leader. I love that. I'll take 28. So I told you people would get my age wrong. It's brilliant. The Aussies are the one nationality that give us the Scottish a good run for their money on the booze. 100%. 100%. No one will ever drink me under a table. I can guarantee you that much. Anyone else getting a feeling we're going to be watching a grown Aussie man crying later? No. I'm not getting that feeling. I think 50 points will be a good score this week. It probably is. Mr. Bateman, how are you, buddy? Morning, afternoon. It's currently 5 o'clock. Now, I don't know what 5 o'clock, well, 5:02. I don't know what that counts as time-wise. I don't know if that's afternoon, good evening, or good night. But I'm going to say good afternoon because it's afternoon. I will classify as afternoon still. Anfield the Red. What do you think? Vicario, Raya, Virgil van Dijk, Gahi, Anderson, Van der Ven, Chalobah, Semenyo, Salah, Xavi, Wirtz, Paqueta, Evanilson, João Pedro, Shan Larson. I like the squad except Wirtz. I feel like there's other options that you could go for that are better. That's just my personal opinion. Ekatike punt, if it turns up, I'll defo be top 1K. I love to hear it. Craig Boy Chook. My app seems to have glitched. 2 no transfers. Should be a -1, but says I've still got a transfer. Anyone else in chat had that happen? May correct after deadline. I wouldn't do another one. 100% will definitely correct after deadline. That would be my guess. Who would you bench? Tarkowski, Juve, Nico Williams, Reindeers. I would bench Juve. D-Tuck. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope Blade as well. I can't believe you've been a dad almost for 1 year. That's crazy. I will never be a dad, but I'm glad you are. Sixton Lindback. Wildcard 7 looks good. Yes, it does. I agree. Would you... All right, Dominic Lager. Hey, mate, would you bench out of Porro, Anderson, and Richards? I would bench Anderson all day long. That's not even a hard question. I'd just bench Anderson. Spent 48 hours in Darwin, went into a pub on the Friday, crawled out on the Sunday. That sounds exactly like Australian land. Love it. You wearing the Kukurea wig on the watch-along? It can be done. It's here somewhere. Hold on. It's here somewhere. Now, I'm telling you straight off the bat, I'm going to do this just for the benefit of Luke. Now, if old mate Kukurea scores tonight, even though I'll hate it because I don't own him currently, I will put on the Kukurea wig. I'll put on the Kukurea wig and we will be Duderaya. Someone whack that in the emojis. It's a channel member for everyone to watch. But I will be the Duderaya for the rest of the game if that happens. Just for the benefit of Luke, who will absolutely froth it. I'm on Lacroix, Ian. Yeah, I don't mind it. I want to give Wirtz 1 more week. Yeah, that's fair, mate. I don't mind that at all. What do you think? All right, here we go. I did not see this before, mate. Raya, Gahi, Konza, Van der Ven, Senesi, Salah, Enzo, Xavi, Semenyo, Pedro, Wood, or Richarlison, your view, buddy. I would... that was it, weird. I'd be concerned about Wood and Richarlison. I feel like your forward line's got some issues. Other than that, the rest of the team looks okay. Would be my answer to that, Nishant. Yeah, I just feel like Wood and Richarlison are going to be minutes risks going forward, and it's going to be problematic for you potentially moving forward. Rahi's going to love the fact that Bateman's in the chat, so I'm sure he'll get involved shortly. And thank you very much, Bateman, for joining. Thank you very much for sharing the video yesterday as well. My sincere thank you. Who would you bench, Murillo, Tarkowski, or Anderson? Anderson, all day long. What? Someone asked the same question as someone else? No, they didn't. Why do people ask me if I bench Anderson? The answer is yes. It will never be no. I don't care who he's playing. He's crap. Collins is going to score tonight just because of the fact that he's just going to do it. Just for my sanity. Just for my comeback potential. Collins is scoring tonight, even though I'm not captaining him. So yeah, Anderson. Bench Anderson all day long and hope that Murillo starts will be my answer to that one. Craig Boy, someone else had the issue with transfers not registering, but they will. That's not Kukurea's. Oh, I love Rahi. There's a reason why he's a moderator. It's brilliant. He's absolute champ. Thanks to the entertainment. My pleasure, Bateman. As always, I'm here to entertain. I'm here to provide. I mean, I could sit there and pretend I'm an expert. I'm not. I actually think that the card is more of an expert than me. I could sit there and I could tell you the stuff in an entertaining way, but there's nothing to say or suggest that I'm an expert. I had a really good rank last year and I made some good calls, but let's be honest, a lot of my good calls last year came off what this card told me to do when it landed upside one way or the other. So I just like to think I'm an entertainer, and I feel like I do it better than some of the cartel. In fact, I think I do it better than all the cartel. I'm going to sit there and big myself up. There you go. You can cut me down later. You can clip that as well. Send it to them. They find it hilarious. So I'll probably get a lot of hate speech back from the cartel members. Semenyo is crucial right now, especially with Leeds next. Yes, I actually really want Semenyo next week. I'm not going to lie. I just think I'm going to forgo him this week and give Cunha the week. That's my opinion on that one. Pedro for Richarlison, as Pedro has come some difficult game ahead. Yeah, you could. I just feel like Solanke's back on the grass. I feel like Koala Bear's going to be good to go sooner rather than later. So for that reason, I just don't know. I'm not sure about the pigeon. I'm not sure, Nishant. I'm not sure. I'm benching Chelsea players today after Champions League. Got a feeling Man United will pull off a result. I bloody well hope so, because it's going to be epic if they do. And Cunha and Bruno are both involved. That will be epic. It'll probably be the best watch along you've ever seen in your life if that happens. I'm going to captain Anderson now. I mean, if it's the Anderson from Nottingham Forest, by all means. If it's the Anderson from Fulham, good luck. Wood to João Pedro. I don't mind it, Sav. I mean, João Pedro's minutes are going to be more secure than Wood's moving forward. Day 350 of not cutting your hair. United win 5 games in a row. I feel like if I sat there and grew my hair for five, till we won 5 games in a row, I might be dead before that happens. Which is a scary thought in and of itself. Imagine what your hair will be like, just like down to the floor. I mean, like, my hair's really curly when it gets long, so that just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Asfav, yes. Looking forward to you describing FPL Review's latest picks, mate. I cannot wait to describe FPL Review's latest picks. I just can't stand AI algorithms. Why would I just don't like... I started my channel because I just think that I feel sorry for people that think that they need to send money anywhere. Like, I don't want anyone to send me money. I mean, if you do, by all means, it's your prerogative. But I can't stand programs being made to get people's money on a game that's free to play. Like, I play Dota 2. It's a free to play game. And I choose to spend money on hats because I'm an idiot. But that's neither here nor there. But it's my choice to do it. You don't need to do it to win the game. And I actually feel like a lot of the AI algorithms and stuff have got it wrong. Like, none of them were predicting that Semenyo was going to be any good. None of them were predicting that Haaland was going to be better than Salah. Like, that's all I'll say on it. Do what you want to do, but yeah. The AI round is incoming. There it is. You've got me going. You got me going. That's a Richards from Crystal Palace week. It is. It is. Yes, Donald McDonald. Fair play for the heads up, Muppet Seller. Fingers off the button. Like it very much. On wildcard, Jimbo the Daddy. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you again, once again in the chat. On wildcard, what do you think about my team? Goalkeeper. I don't mind the Pope goalkeeper. I will admit, I actually sat there. I actually thought the card might pick Pope on goalkeeper. It didn't, but I don't mind that play at all. I think that Newcastle's defenses actually look really good. Dubravka is obviously a no-brainer. Defenders, Timber, Tarkowski, Lacroix, Chalobah, I mean, that's a pretty good defense, let's be honest. Midfield, Palmer and Mbumo. Don't mind the Mbumo shout at all. Semenyo, Anthony, King. All right, so you've gone with 2 really cheap midfielders there. Forwards, Haaland, João Pedro, Even Nilsson. I mean, other than the 2 cheap midfielders, which you've got to kind of have with that kind of squad, I really like the squad, Jimbo, so I think you're on for a good one there, mate. Do you live in Aussie or UK? I lived in the UK for 3 years in South London, believe it or not, near Wandsworth, and then in Southfields during COVID. And I've moved back to the UK because they paid me crap on my job in the UK compared to here, which is the only reason why I can even make YouTube content is because of the fact that I make decent money. This is not my job. This is more my hobby than anything else. I have no intention of making it my job either. So occasionally when I do go on holiday, there might be some stark or lack of content, but I generally am pretty good at taking my stuff with me and trying to provide something, even though it might not be what you're used to when I'm at home. Down with the AI, down with the algorithms. What the hell is the point exactly? I've switched to Lacroix too. My local shaman told me they'll Be a few clean sheets, so good time to take a punt. Love it. Haaland, yes, he's fire. Many content creator ranks are poor because they follow AI. At least ours are bad because we make our own decisions. Yes, Bateman, couldn't have said it any better. I will own my decision. I will brag that my rank is 8.889 million. I'm not scared of that at all. I think it's brilliant. I think my rank is perfectly fine. It's going to come good. It's going to come good. Dangle or Harvey Elliott? I'd probably go Harvey Elliott, Luke, if I'm being brutally honest. AI suggesting to buy DLC. The sheep will follow. I mean, Andy probably put in his thing and said DCL will be a really good pick. I reckon we should make him a really good shout on the AI algorithm. Add that into the equation, boys. And then all of a sudden, everyone starts buying DCL and wondering why the hell he does nothing, because he's crap. He's absolutely crap. Andy, he had a good shout about 4 or 5 years ago, had a good 10-game stretch, and he's done nothing ever since. Facts. Strand Larson, 1 goal, 1 assist today. Potential. I don't mind it. Local Sharman Krager. Love it. Fair enough, bro. I want to visit Australia at some point, but feel like I'll want to end up living there. Yeah, a lot of people think that. My missus wanted to come to Australia, which is why I'm back here originally. She is an Essex girl. She follows West Ham, and she really wanted to come here, which is why we came back. I was quite happy living in London. Quite happy going to the football live, but I would never have created this channel if I was living in the UK, because I'd be at the football too much. I wouldn't have the time to do it. So you can thank the fact that I'm in Australia that you're even getting this. So you can thank her later. She'll be on the live watch along as well, by the way. She says she's going to be on there, so that'll be fun. Yeah, go ahead. Guess my job, by all means. By all means. You'll be surprised what my job is, I think. Been a while, yeah. I've tried to use less content creators this season and make fully... Yeah, I love it. Jimbo the Daddy, I love that. Just trying to make sure I don't make any dumb mistakes. And you're the guy I go to for FPL. I appreciate that, man. I love that. I love that. And I'll give it to you real as well. Andy is massively overrated. I mean, I'd smashed him last year for the first time ever actually paying attention in FPL. And I smoked his rank. So, yeah. He's the reason why we don't have the assistant manager chip. Him and the bloody cartel. They can't handle it. They've got no risk evasion, that lot. They just sit there and do what the AI algorithms tell them, and I'll call it out. I think you should get off the fence on AI. Yeah, AI's crap, mate. AI's crap. You want to go there, just turn me off. And his voice sends me to sleep. I won't lie, Muppet Seller. I think that Harry's probably the worst in terms of sending me to sleep. I don't think I've ever watched one of his videos through at full pace because I just can't follow it. I don't know, so many people copy his team and I'm like going, oh, dude, man. I was like, he's got good content, don't get me wrong, but he's got no passion behind his content. He could be an AI bot recording it. I've got Fantasy Football Hub discounts, but I'm not sharing them because they don't give me a free account, so why would I share them? And why would I share a program that's crap? I'm not going to share something and tell you to spend money on it if I think it's crap. I'll only ever recommend something I think it's good, and I do it myself. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. Gigolo. I'm not a gigolo. Wish I was. No, I don't wish I was a gigolo. That sounds like hard work. The card, you know what's on AI up with the card. Exactly. The card's actually probably beaten the AI team like with its calls this season, let's be honest. I listen to the content creators and to the opposite. Love it. Love to hear it. Andy's voice sends you to sleep. It sends the mosquitoes away. It helps me with sleep. Oh, this is brilliant. I love this. I love this. This is fantastic stuff. Also, bro, do you know if it's possible for us to get 3 p.m. games in the UK? What do you use to watch the football? All right, Connor, I'll answer that one. No, it's not possible for you to get them unless you have a Fire Stick and doing something illegal. And I'm not going to tell you to do something illegal. However, in Australia, we have subscription services that will show you all the 3 p.m. games. So I actually get the goal rush. So I can see all the goals as they go in and all the scores as they go in. And as soon as there's been a goal, it flashes up on my screen, goal, and then I share that there's been a goal with you and I update the scores. So if you are in the UK and you don't have a Fire Stick and you don't want to be a bad person or a good person, depending on how you look at it, you can just tune into my FPL watch-alongs. That's the reason why I do them. I feel like there's a very underrated space and I actually quite enjoy watching watch-alongs myself. I love watching Mark Goldbridge, like as a Man United fan. And I actually give up watching Mark Goldbridge so I can do a watch-along for you guys. And I feel like last week, I did a pretty good job of it. Like, Man United got spanked 3-0, and I copped it pretty well, and I celebrated Haaland scoring, and people say you're not a fan, etc., etc. I am a fan, but I realised that we weren't winning, so I thought we might as well get some FPL points out of it regardless. Oh yeah, Harry is the worst. I can't get through a video either. I'm a huge Hub fan. Oh, yes, Bateman. Bait the chat. We love to hear it. Used its team rating tool by wildcard this week, and it was 453.98%, whatever that means. I think that means your team is good, according to Fantasy Football Hub, Bateman. I love it. I love it. I knew you'd bite on it on the FF Hub question. I love FF Hub. Let's be honest. I love it. I'm sponsored by FF Hub. Check it out. You can use my code for a discount. You can, I think, what's the saying they use? You can currently get 50% off if you use my card, if you use my code that I'll leave in the chat later. Do not use my code. Do not sign up to Fantasy Football Hub. You will be better off signing up to me for what I think is the equivalent of about £2. You'll save a lot of money and you'll probably get a lot of better content. Let's be honest. How good's that for a sales pitch for myself? Google an app called Bika Football. All right, I'll do that. My draft is meant to be 4-3-3 most weeks, so the double cheap mid is there. Oh, I love it. That's really good then, Jimbo today. I quite like that. I'm worried about Timber, Pope, and Anthony. I don't mind the Timber pick because of the fact that I think Arteta will use a lot of 60 minutes or just post 60-minute subs. So if they're on a clean sheet, I think that Timber might get a lot of clean sheets before they concede. That's what I'm thinking. There we go. The move to Australia is secured then. I'll do that, bro. Thank you, bud. Mika Football streams. There you go. Very good. Otherwise, you can just come and watch me and I'll stream the reactions. And I'll tell you all about the goals as they go in. There is actually a law that, yeah, exactly. So I can tell you a little bit of history behind that rule. So apparently, a long time ago, they were concerned that people would no longer go to the football at 3 p.m. on a Saturday if they didn't introduce this rule. So they decided to create a blackout so you couldn't watch any football on the traditional 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday on TV. Now, a lot of the clubs wanted to change that over the recent years, but a lot of clubs still put up a lot of angst about it and don't want to give it up. So that's the reason why there's not enough. Believe that, I'm making this bit up, I think, but apparently Burnley and some other clubs were really the founders of it. I could be wrong on that one, in terms of the clubs that have pushed it originally, but I think they're very loath to give it up. But I feel like in today's society, why not? I mean, during COVID, when the games were behind closed doors, they showed every game, and that was brilliant. I lived in the UK during that time. It was so weird when they stopped showing them all the time, so that was really annoying. The AI stuff is BS. You should pick teams based on exactly. That's what I do. That's why I've got this team here. I still believe in it for this week. They have been discussing the fact about the 3 p.m. kickoff not going live might be changing. Yeah, I agree. I think it probably will change sooner rather than later, which will be disappointing because I need to make the most of it this year when doing the watch-alongs. I watch along, bro, but I have a confession. D, I'm a Chelsea fan. May the best team win. I agree. I'm happy with that. A lot of my fans and community chat are Chelsea members as well. I just want to see good football. I want to see goals. I love goals. I don't care if the game's high scoring. It finishes 3-3. I just want to see goals. Last weekend, we saw 5 goals in 5 games across the live watch along. That is not something I want to see repeated this week at all. It's more to do with the grassroots dubs. Well, yeah, exactly. All right, you guys are going to have to bear with me. I'm going to be about 1 minute. I really need to chuck a piss. I hate doing this. I've never done this on the deadline stream before, but I really need to do one. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'll be back in about 20 seconds. I've got 39 minutes to the deadline. I'll be back very, very shortly. Chat, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a second. chat for a minute. All right, we're officially back. We're still holding people. That's hilarious. That was well needed. I can't even tell you how much that's well needed. Silly Saturday is killing me. It's killing me, but I'm still here. Still kicking. All right, let's have a look. It's more to do with the grass. Yeah, I like to make my own FPL picks. I'm on the fence about a choice. I might allow a favourite content creator such as a Big D to sway me. Man, I can provide good arguments one way or the other. Most of it, I feel like last season I was nailing these arguments. So I feel like this is the week where it starts turning. I would not be surprised if Phil Foden goes big this weekend and actually does the business. We've got 70 votes on the captaincy shout this week so far, so please keep your votes coming in on that one. He's just going to take a call from FPL Mate to discuss their hub sponsorships. I love it. That's the kind of thing we need in the chat. Who's that in your chair? Some amateur. The good news is I can actually have a drink now. Before, I really couldn't have a drink because I was like, oh my God, I need to chuck a piss before I have any more. I can't have any more. Now I can go ham. So that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And that's well needed, I'm telling you. I was like, it's hard to talk for this amount of time and not actually have any liquid to keep you going. So yeah, it's exciting. I do feel like this is the week though. I sit there and look at this team and I'm like going 100 points. It's definitely possible. I mean, the good news is tonight I'll know if I'm on a green arrow right. So in tomorrow's games, I have Watkins, Evanilson, Senesi, Haaland captain. So that's 4 players, including my captain tomorrow. So if I get good scores out of Sells, Milinkovic, Juve, Collins, Bruno, Cunha, Gakpo, I could be on for a big green. I could finally be on for a big green. This could be my moment where I'm back. I've been waiting for it for about bloody 2 months, and I think this is the week it happens. Is a 1 week punt for Grealish worth it? No, is the answer to that essay. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. But yeah, the card wasn't a fan of Grealish earlier when someone asked a question about him, so I think potentially it might not be the best shout. But yeah, I'm excited for the watch along later. I'm very excited. I don't know why. I just got a feeling that this is my moment. Imagine if live during the watch along at 10 p.m. we get a goal and it crosses over to Burnley versus Nottingham Forest and Milinkovic scores a header. I'm just picturing this in my head. How good will it be? I'll be sitting there. I think that I won't be wearing glasses later because they might fly off my head and these are expensive glasses and I don't want that to happen. But I'm telling you, I'll be that up and about. I don't think you'll ever see anything like it. We saw Kukurea score on stream last season. We saw Bruno score on stream last year when I had him as captain in blank game week 29. But I feel like if Milinkovic scores tonight, it's going to be biblical. And then potentially even Collins later on against Fulham. If either of those two happen, imagine if they both happen on the same week. It will be biblical. You'll never hear the end of it. I'll be like, I knew it. That's why I held them. That's why they're in the team. I was ahead of the curve or behind the curve, whatever you want to call it, but it'll happen and it'll be brilliant and it'll be magical. A Salah blank will be huge for us, Carla. Yeah, I agree. I just feel like when you look at Salah this season, I know that he was good in the Champions League, right? But I feel like that assist that he got, he knew nothing about. That literally hit Robinson and Robinson didn't even know anything about it. It was just pure luck, that goal. His goal was good. I'm not even going to sit there and deny it. His goal was really good against Atletico Madrid. I just feel like Everton have been preparing all week. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. And I just haven't been impressed with him. So I'm quite happy to take him on again this week. Grass is always green. It is. Ange Ball starts this week. Burnley 3 goals. I can't see that happening. I can't see Forest conceding 3 goals. I mean, I've watched Burnley against Spurs. I've watched Burnley against Liverpool for the full 90 minutes, both those games. And in both those games, they could have scored, but I feel like the kind of shots they have are the shots that Sells will save, which will be good for his save points. And then against Man United, well, they played Man United, and you can't read too much into that, isn't it? Time to bring in Isaac. No, I don't think so. Not for me anyway. I've got no temptation to bring Isaac in at all. That man cannot play 3 games in a week. So if they've got a better game in the Champions League, he'll be playing in the Champions League. If it's a better game in the Premier League, he'll be playing in the Premier League. And I feel like that's how it's going to go for the foreseeable future. Wood has a good record against Burnley. Yes, he does, Nishan. Very good. Very good point. He does. I do expect Wood to start. I do expect Wood to start against Burnley. Forest and Villa have just, they've been the bane of my season. Like the reason why my rank is where it's at is because of the fact my defense can't keep a clean sheet. Now, if my defense can keep a clean sheet, which I'm hoping is going to happen this week, then we're back in business and we're going to be laughing. We're going to be laughing and we're going to be loving life. So, yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So we just got to hope that actually continues on. But yeah, it's going to be one of them ones. We're just going to have to wait and see how it goes, really. Also, by the way, anyone that does enjoy the late show, sorry, not the late show, the late mail, I will be turning that into a Friday night live stream instead of a video moving forward. Now, it won't happen next week, and it probably won't happen the week after, but it will happen post the second international break because of the fact that it takes me a lot of time to do that video and prepare it. And it's easier for me if I can just live stream it rather than record it. So realistically, it's probably going to turn into an hour live stream on a Friday night, probably at, I don't know, 3 p.m. in UK time. Maybe like, yeah, because that's 10 o'clock my time. It's probably going to be 3 p.m. UK time. And it's going to turn into a live stream. So that's going to be exciting because I really enjoy creating that video. But it's taken so much of my time out and I get such a crap night's sleep on Friday night doing it that I kind of need to turn it into a live stream so I don't have to sit there and wait for it to upload. See, if I do a live stream, I do it and then I can go to bed. Whereas when I make the video yesterday, I ended up waiting an hour for YouTube to upload it to then say it was okay to send out, which was really frustrating because I really just wanted to go to bed. So, yeah. Talk me out of Captain Lacroix or Anderson. I could get amongst the Captain Lacroix. I cannot get excited about a Captain Anderson. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. Nathan Collins, am I going crazy or is he flying under the radar right now? 3 DEF CONs in a row. I agree. That's why he's in my team. That's why I picked him. He's in the team. This is the week where he goes big. Aston Villa will come good. I'm keeping an eye on Elliott as a cheap option. I think he'll be great. I was tempted by Igor Jesus. Think he may start over Wood after. I agree. I was very intrigued, Bateman, by the fact that Jesus only played 45 minutes. It's like he played 45 minutes. He played really well. He scored twice and Andrew was like, hold on, we want to play him on the weekend. We'll take him off. And I feel like they kind of cooked it a little bit, but I think potentially he could be a really good shout this weekend at 100%. And I wouldn't be surprised if he started either. Senesi or Kukurea, who'd to bench? I'd bench Kukurea. Isaac time. No, not for me. It's too early for Isaac. Way too early for Isaac. Way too early. Late mail is awesome. 3 p.m. UK works. Brilliant. That's what I love to hear. It is. It's like one of them shows I just put together. I'm like, and it's my personality. I've got the facts and the stats, but I really just want to take the piss out of like FPL and stuff when I'm doing it. And I'm like, I'm a little loose on a Friday anyway because I've literally finished work for the week. I'm like, I just need some fun. So I put together those slides and stuff, and now I'm like, going, I just want to sit there and have a bit of a laugh. So if there's any video, I don't actually watch back any of my own videos. The one video I'll watch back is a late mail because I really enjoy just listening to it myself, which sounds really stupid because it's me doing it, but I just think it's really good to watch. Like if there's one video I'd recommend anyone to watch any given week, it's the late mail. I love it. It's a brilliant, it's just so much fun to do. I reckon Isaac and Ekatike will share a lot of minutes. I'm avoiding both. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like Isaac. Donald McDonald with the brilliance there. I love that. -4 for Collins. I wouldn't take a -4 for him this week, but he's a good option moving forward. Have you got a schedule for UCL content? Yes. So Ian Reed, very good question. I have literally only ever done UCL content the very first time this season. I've only ever created a team for the first time this season. My idea, my aim, hopefully, provided how tonight goes in terms of like Silly Saturday and stuff, which I can't make any promises about how good the stream will be later, but it will be epic one way or the other. My aim is to put together some preview content for UCL on a Sunday and then do it a team selection video / whatever I think on the Monday and release it like that. Now, there's no UCL content this week because there's no games, but so I'll probably release some preview things sometime during the week. It'll be a bit weird, but moving forward, the idea is to do it Sunday, Monday. So hopefully that answers your question. João Pedro, captain shout. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, Cookie and UFC. The card actually... Oh, sorry, I'll just quickly show you the cards team again on wildcard. So the card actually originally had João Pedro as captain, and then I flicked a bunch of cards and ended up with Cole Palmer captain. So that's the cards team. That's how it's going into wildcard. It's got, I think, 0.1 million in the bank. No, it's got a bit of money in the bank, I think, from memory. I can't remember how much money it's got in the bank, but it's got a little bit. Actually, I think it's got about 0.3, 0.4. So yeah, that's the cards team, and I can't even tell you how many card flips I did to create that team, but it was a lot. So yeah, the card, when I asked the cards question, it said it wanted a wild card. Then we went about trying to create a team, and I went through about 200 players, and that's what it came up with. So yeah, there you go. That's what the card's gone with. Back to my team really quickly. Yeah. Should I bring Palmer in? If I had lots of transfers, I'd probably bring him in. But I don't think he's essential. And then he bangs a hat-trick. I don't think he's essential. We'll find out later on today, I suppose, during the watch-along. You enjoy watching yourself, love it. The thing is I don't think it mattered, Bateman, if it was anyone else presenting it. I just like the fact... I like to think that the late mail is an entertainment show. Like, I provide the information in a way that's not boring, that's not monotone, that's interesting and engaging all in one. And like, I can't sit back and listen to myself. I've actually gone to people's houses before, like a couple of my friends, and they pull up my content and go, we're going to watch our show. And I was like, I can't watch it, mate. I can't watch it. It's cringe. But if they bring up the late mail, I'd be quite happy to watch it. I think that the late mail is a show that I could just watch any given week at all. Does the card prefer Semenyo or João or Pedro as captain? Very good question. Semenyo, the Pedro. Oh, it's gone with João Pedro. There you go. Interesting. Captain Kane for UCL, quiet please. Yeah, I was happy with Mbappe captain. I wasn't going to lie about that. I was like, but I'm kind of jealous that Kane did really well. Captain Semenyo or Bruno? Semenyo, Bruno. Semenyo. Did the card select Palmer captain over Haaland? Yes, it did, Kashan. Yes, it did. Fabulous Fab. My bench, Van der Ven, Richards, King, Dubravka, worth the bench boost? Probably not. I don't think this is a week for bench boost. I agree. Your bench actually looks pretty good. I just feel like a lot of people are going to be playing bench boost and they're probably going to regret it post this week. Hello, I've sent my team in the group chat. Can you check it out? Oh, can you please... Sorry, Boki. Can you please just put it in here? I haven't actually got my phone on me. My phone's actually in the other room, so I can't actually chat the group. I can't actually check the group chat, which is really frustrating. But if you could just whack it in there, that'd be amazing. By the way, how do you feel about Captain Palmer? I like it. I actually think the card's onto one. The card's got Palmer captain as its own, so I don't mind it. Gakpo minutes is a worry. I don't know if it's this week, but it's definitely going to be happening in the next few weeks. I'm very concerned, and he'll probably leave my team next week. Play Barnes or Reindeers? That's a good question. Barnes, Reindeers. Barnes. Sells Richards, Juve, Senesi, Salah. Kudus, Gakpo, Reindeers, Haaland, Wood. Review. Looks pretty good. Who's your captain? Who's your captain, Wisdom? I think that's a pretty good team. Not going to lie, it looks pretty good. Usually I'm at work if it's a Saturday deadline, but moved house this week, so great to tune in today. Yes, Bateman, thank you very much again for tuning in, buddy. It's always great to see your support and appreciation in the chat. I love it. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you have a great day, and I hope your moving house has worked out quite well and you're nice and settled now. Got a feeling Cunha will score too. I mean, if Cunha scores 2, boys, I'm up and about. I'm telling you, I'll drink the whole bottle. I want Evan Nilsson to score a hat-trick and nothing else. I'll take it. A hat-trick of just goals with no assists would be brilliant. That would be amazing. Hear me. Watkins will score 2.2 to 3 goals. I love it. I love it. I can get amongst that. Who to get in instead of Gakpo? Foden for me. Foden for me moving forward. I think that I've actually got money in the bank to go Cody Gakpo to Foden post the deadline opening. Goodmonson versus Wolves or Reindeers to start? I'd start Reindeers. Arsenal is such a solid team right now. Why go opt for Haaland as captain? Because Haaland's inevitable. Have you seen the form this man is in? He looks hungry. He looks very, very hungry. Isaac is made of glass. Yes, he is. Outside of Arsenal, which defences are you keen on for the first half of the season? I think Bournemouth's defence has been unbelievably good. I'm annoyed with myself that I actually went with De Kuyper instead of Senesi. I feel like that decision alone has cost me about 25 points. So I think Bournemouth's defence is really good. I feel like Chelsea's defence is not bad, but this week I don't fancy it. Arsenal's is always good. Everton's I think is okay as well. Yeah. And fully locked in, says Jojo, I'm going to do Saturday day stuff. I'll get some beers in later and listen to the watch along. Yes, that's what we love to hear. Thank you very much, Jojo. Good luck. I hope your team does well this week. All right, here we go. Bocky Puzz. Sells, Henderson, De Kuyper. Wow, Sells and Henderson. De Kuyper, Munoz, Collins, Juve, Milenkovic, Reindeers, Damsgaard, Bruno Salazar, Watkins, Evan Larson. And 2 free transfers. Oh, all right, 0.6 in the bank. All right, so you're benching Sarr. I'd play Larson, and I'd probably get rid of Kuiper. Get rid of the Kuiper for Senesi. That's your transfer, and I'd roll the other one. Yeah, I'd roll the other one. So I'd then play Senesi, Munoz, Collins, Milenkovic, Damsgaard, Bruno, Salah, Watkins, Evan Larson. That's what I'd play in your team, Bocky. That's what I'd do for your team. If you want my opinion, that's what I would do. Foden going to be my first transfer. Foden and Strand Larson. Love it. Don't mind it at all. Nicola? Should I captain Semenyo or João Pedro? We just had this one, I feel it. I feel like the card said João Pedro. My gut feel says Semenyo. If you want my opinion, I would go Semenyo over João Pedro. Card team is better than yours. 100% well shred. It's on wildcard. It better be bloody better than mine. Otherwise, it's in real trouble. I mean, the cards team was actually beating mine until last week, and then it had an absolute stinker, a generational stinker. It was because of the fact that everyone asked the question of like Bowen captain versus Haaland, and the card picked Bowen over Haaland, and that was the only reason why I got a red arrow. Maybe it wouldn't have wildcard if it hadn't had that crap week, but sometimes you make dud decisions, and it definitely made one there. D-Unit, transfer Cunha out for Semenyo. You'll thank me later. I'm probably going to do that next week. I'm happy to take Semenyo on this week. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling about Cunha. Like, if he's fit and he's in the squad, I'm backing him in. Even if he starts on the bench, I think he scores tonight. I don't know why. I don't know what's making me say that. I've just got a sneaky suspicion he's going to be good. And I feel like Semenyo's due an off week. I'm saying that with no confidence at all, but that's my personal opinion. Love that this is the only channel I have seen that implements the luck factor in FPL, which is FPL most of the time. Oh, it is. I will not sit there and tell you that that was a good decision or that was a bad decision. I could sit there, and it was like, I remember, the best way I can describe this is like, I played football myself when I was younger. And I remember one game, right, and I thought that for all money, I was on board to score a hat-trick in this game. I was convinced. We were playing the bottom side. We'd spanked them the first time round comfortably, 8 or 9-0. I rolled up on this day thinking I was going to score a hat-trick. Like, easily, comfortably. I was thinking maybe I could get 6. I had 26 shots on target this game. 26 shots on target. The first 25 I didn't score. The 26th shot on target I scored. It was a day where nothing wanted to work for me at all. And I can tell you what the 26th shot on target was. It was a penalty. I needed a penalty to score a goal in this game. And I don't know what the XG that I would have accumulated that day was, It probably was over 3 XG that I accumulated that day. It didn't matter where I was, what position I was in, the quality of the chance. I just could not score. The goalkeeper kept thwarting me. He kept thwarting me, and I was getting so pissed off on myself because I could hear people like, I'm temperamental to like when I'm playing like a bit of abuse. I feed off it, but it also does get to me occasionally. And I was young at the time. I was like 17 years old. And this one bloke on the sideline was going, that's 23. And I was just winding me up. Like when I got that penalty, I was actually concerned I was going to blast it over the bar because I was just not in a good head state. But like any other week, I scored 10 goals in that game. Like that's the kind of thing. Like sometimes stuff happens and you just got to own it. And I feel like this season is proving more often than not. I can sit there and tell you that's a good move, and it looks like a good move. The fixtures tells me it's a good move, and it might absolutely suck ass. That is what FPL is about. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. It's a game of 50% chance, particularly when you're making transfers. There you go. Hopefully that helps. What do you think about Jorginho Ruta? If he started regularly, I think he's a great shout. The fact he doesn't start too regularly is a concern. I have 9 out of 15 identical players to the card. Hope it scores 100. I hope it does as well, because then I'm going to sit there and say I'm changing my channel name to FPL the card, and the D-Unit is retiring. Trust me, mate. Do it. Semenyo in, Cunha out. Watkins captain. Yeah, I thought about Watkins captain. The card said Haaland, so I'm just sticking with Haaland. We're going right through with Haaland. Hope for the best. Choosing to bring in Langa over Semenyo after game week 2 was the stupidest decision I've ever made. I mean, it's just unlucky. That's unlucky. It could have gone the other way quite easily, let's be honest. Would you go Van de Ven plus Cucurella plus Reindeers or Romero plus Vardiol plus Caicedo? Already have Foden. I'd go with the second one. I quite like the Vardiol, Caicedo, Romero. I feel like Romero is better than Van de Ven. And I feel like Vardiol is better than Cucurella. But I think Reindeers is better than Caicedo. So I'm going the second. Foden or Palmer on wildcard? Foden, Palmer. Foden. The card loves Foden. That's why we've gone Foden in its own team. Captain Mateta. I wouldn't do it myself, but by all means. Should I activate my free hit today for game week 6 after all the games of Saturday are done to catch the price rise falls? You can solo football. I thought for a second that was Solio football. I was like, we do not want Solio in the chat, but no, I'll take that back. Solo football, yes. If you're going to activate a chip, the best time to do it as soon as the deadline lifts. So as soon as the game reopens, smash the button if you're going to play a chip that week. What happens if Cunha is benched? Then I'll hope that he comes on and scores a goal or he doesn't come on. No, good decision, wrong outcome, Chatty. Come on, Bateman. Settle down. Palmer or Haaland captain? I feel like it went... The card for its own team went Palmer. We'll ask it live on stream. Palmer or Haaland captain? Oh, it's changed to Haaland. There you go. I'm not changing the cards team, though. I can't be asked for that shit. Imagine if the goalkeeper was Anana, you'd have scored 26 points. How's Anana going in Turkey? I heard he's going pretty good. Long may it continue. Good riddance. My gut says Semenyo captain, but my brain says Salah. I feel like the card on the late mail called Semenyo captain over Salah. I'm pretty confident it called Semenyo over Salah. De Kuiper may not even start. Exactly. He'd probably be on the bench. Semenyo or Palmer captain? Palmer. Simon says. Shimon says. God, I'm getting blind here. Chess Econ, good to see you again, buddy. Thoughts on wildcard? Sanchez, Dubravka. I'd get rid of Sanchez. I just saw Sanchez. I'd get rid of him, mate. Pick another 5 million goalkeeper. Henderson looks good. If you've got a Crystal Palace spot. Gyökeres, Haaland, Pedro. I mean, that forward line's mint. Semenyo, Ndai's dying in the grave, mate. Xavi, Paqueta, Foden, Van de Ven, Esteve, Munoz. I like the rest of the team. I don't like Sanchez in goal, and I'm not sure about Ndai. But otherwise, it looks really good. I caught 0.8 in price rises by activating my Gameweek 5 wildcard early. There we go. That's the difference between activating it early and activating it late. You can catch a lot of price rises. Bateman with the logic there. That's why I like pressing it. As soon as you know, for example, if Forest don't keep a clean sheet tonight, I can guarantee you I'm pressing it as soon as that game finishes and I'll be making moves. I'll make them live on the stream. 100%. Should invest in a card cam like people who open Pokemon cards have. I do. So if you join the WhatsApp group and you ask a card question during the week, I'll actively take a live video of the card flipping and you can actually see it landing the way I say it. I never sit there and tell you a wrong call. If the card lands that way, even if I don't like it, and on the late mail, quite often I don't like what the card comes up with, but I'll say exactly how it lands. But yeah, it's something I'm looking into. I just don't know how I would implement it into a video without wasting a lot of time to do it. And since this isn't my actual job, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be wasting that much time on it. But I agree. If it'd be easy to implement, it'll be amazing to put in because it'd be really cool to watch. Have you done a card flip for Sanchez versus Dubravka? No, I haven't, but we'll do it now. Sanchez versus Dubravka. Sanchez, apparently. I think it's wrong. I think there's going to be a draw. I don't think there's going to be much between those two. Richards in defence or Anderson in midfield? Who to pick? I'd go Richards in defence. Extra Pro 244. Good to see you on the chat. Welcome. Who do you have instead of Sanchez? I would have Henderson. Vicario. Depends on whether you need 5 mil or if you've got 5.1. I think Vicario is really good for the next 6 weeks. I think Henderson's decent. I think if you really want a good shout, you could go for Petrovic at 4.5. I think Petrovic covers Sanchez quite easily for the next 6 weeks. What's XG in old school? Expected goals, Welshred, I believe. Or maybe I've just completely missed the point, which is potential as well. Fundles, how are you, buddy? Good to see you again. Hi, mate. Thoughts on Bowen and a free hit? I don't mind it. I feel like Bowen's actually being ridiculously overlooked. I quite like Bowen. 7.7 mil now. He's dropped 0.3. I think at some point he goes bang, 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 and everyone's going to be bringing him in. Nothing to do with FPL, but I just finished Final Fantasy 7 after 40 hours. Come on. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm so excited they're bringing Final Fantasy 7 to Xbox next season. So no, not next season. What am I on about? Next year. I love it. Love the anti-Anderson and Dye chat. Both AI picks. Exactly. I mean, according to FPL, the differentials, they are literally everyone that plays and watches content. There's a reason why the cartel has Anderson and they have Ndai and picks like this. It's not because they decided it. They don't use their brains very often. They actually use what an AI algorithm tells them more than anything else. So for that reason, that's why I don't like them. Honey Badger, how are you, mate? Tavernier and Evanilson goals incoming. Yes, I hope so. Well, everyone's on Semenyo and Senesi. FPL Law of Sod. I'm here for it. If that is the case, I'll happily take it. Chess Econ, choose one Chelsea defence on wildcard, not Kukurea. Not Kukurea. It has to be Chalobah. I say that with no confidence. I feel like Fofana is really close to being fit, and Basilidi, however the hell you say that guy's name, whatever that Chelsea defender is, the one that's 4.4 mil, I feel like when they're fit, that could be problematic for Chalobah. It might not be, but it could be. That's all I'll say on it. Under 10 minutes to the deadline now. I think, potentially, this game is still going on. Bear with me 1 second. We're going to have a quick look at the score here. It's going to look really weird. I'm like paying attention. I can hear the missus in the background. So I've got the door closed right. And she's currently watching the AFL football, the finals. And her team's playing. So she's making a bit of noise, which makes you think that they're winning. But I'm like, are they winning? I want to know. I don't want to go out there and ask. I'll wait till the stream to finish. Let's have a look. Fan footy. Let's have a look. Collingwood. Oh, it's into the last quarter. Is it a close game? No, it's not. Brisbane are thumping Collingwood. It's going to be a Brisbane and Geelong grand final. That's interesting. There you go. Interesting stuff. If you're in Australia and you just listen to that, you're like, what the hell are you talking about, mate? That's what I'm talking about. Also, really interesting stats here on the captaincy poll so far. It's Haaland at 23, Salah at 30%, Semenyo at 18, and other option is at 28%. That's quite even. It's not as that's a lot more even than I thought it was going to be honest with you. Anderson does have the roots to points and cheap. Does he? Fulham don't keep many clean sheets. I don't think they keep a clean sheet against Brentford tonight. My dumbass went with Anderson from Forest. Now he's going back to 11 DC after I free hit last week and took him out. That'd be peak FPL if it happens, let's be honest. Palmer for Saka. Doku for Enzu. I have wildcard option. Don't mind it. Decent. Other AI picks are Rogers, Paqueta and Estev. Is Australia ready for a spanking in the Ashes? I think they're in trouble, mate. I'm not even going to lie, Bateman. I think that Australia are in big trouble. I actually support England over Australia. So for me, I'm kind of hoping it's the case. I'm currently stuck on what to do. Dubravka, Juve, Richards, Nico Williams, Bruno, Wirtz, Salah, Reindeers, Anderson, Watkins, Jokeres, Dubravka, Estev, Poro, Fulkrug, 0.4 in the bank. I think I'd roll your team this week, mate. I think I'd roll your team other than Wirtz. I think I'd get rid of Wirtz. I'd bring in Semenyo for him. And then I'd roll the other one. Creed, how are you, buddy? Sup, bro? Quick one. Only play one. Van de Ven, Kukurea or Dorgu? Van de Ven. I'd pay Van de Ven. I can't believe I just said a Spurs player. That's criminal. Hate the Pies. Yeah, the Pies are done. Do you watch the NRL and Aussie? No, I'm not really a rugby fan, to be honest with you. I'll tell you an interesting stat. You know why rugby started? Rugby was invented because someone couldn't score a goal in football, so they picked up the ball, they ran over the goal line, and they put the ball on the ground. They called it a try because they tried to score a goal, but they did it illegally. That's how rugby was born. That's what I always tell everyone anyway. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but that's what I say. Phil, after watching some Spurs games, Sarah's being overlooked. Nailed for his price too, probably bringing him in for... Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, Mavinio. Good shout. Who would you bench out of Foden, Senesi, Van de Ven and Xavi? I'd bench Van de Ven out of that lot, John. I was talking about Forrest Anderson. Oh. I have to go back and read the question. Oh, yes. He does have roots to points. Yeah. I'll grant you that. Yep. Fair shout. I've got Palmer on captain, bro. Nice differential this game week. I agree, Fundles. I know he's playing United, but I captain Haaland. But same. I captain Haaland last week as well. So basically, I'm just targeting United. I mean, they might as well be in a green fixture at the rate that Amarin keeps playing Bruno in the midfield. They are a green fixture if he keeps doing that. Oh, hell nah. England are getting battered in the Ashes. Here we go. Bench press with Dewsbury, Hall, King, Senesi, and Dubravka. Hall. I mean, he probably starts, actually, because Shah's going to be missing and Trippier's done his hammy. I don't mind it, but it's risky. Yeah, and Van de Ven in anyway, I think, yeah, United, Chelsea, I think Brighton do too, but what can you... Yeah, exactly. Should I really not captain Dallo? Nah, don't do it, mate. Don't do it. Bruh, I haven't even checked my team. Check your team. You've got 5 minutes, max. 4.5 probably. Yeah, my dude, any team news? No. I haven't even bothered looking. I don't sit there and advertise team news. If you want to sit there and follow other people because they leak crap, they sit there and get given to them and then it's wrong, by all means, go ahead. I'm not about that. I'd rather play the game as it is on merit. So, unfortunately, unless someone actually writes it in the chat, there's team news, I'm never going to provide it, sadly. Believe it. Otherwise, not the first ever. Yeah. Yes. I like it. Is it too risky to have 2 Crystal Palace defenders in Mateta? No. It could definitely pay off Extreme Pro. Are you hammering in or out? If he keeps playing Bruno in midfield, I'll be hammering out. But if he stops doing it, I'll be hammering in. I'm hammering in at the moment, but he's running out of my patience because I hate seeing Bruno in the midfield. He's rubbish in the midfield. No discipline. And he just keeps giving the ball away there. So why would you do it? Am I stupid captaining Watkins? I don't think so. Whom to captain? Wood, Salah or Palmer? I would go with Palmer. Captain, Magnifico or Egyptian? Magnifico. Is Wood or Watkins a better captain? Watkins. Is Gakpo a captain option? Not for me. Vice captain Watkins or Wood if Palmer doesn't play? Watkins. Any news on Isaac? Probably going to be benched. Would be my guess. I've heard no news. I haven't even bothered checking for news. I've only got Gakpo on my team, and if he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I can't even say it like when people pronounce it like that when they write it out for me. Badashili. There we go. Did I say that right? Badashili. I think it's because the board are not allowing Amarin to sign them. Yeah, well, why didn't they? Do they want the season to suck? I mean, the season's already sucking. That if they don't get a win tonight, he's under so much pressure, it's going to be horrible. The chase to team news by your content creation colleagues, it is pathetic. The engagement they chase for it, Bateman, is stupid. I really dislike it. Especially when they don't own it, when it's wrong and they've shared it. Exactly. They don't never admit when it's wrong. I'd rather not share it or hear about it. I'd just rather play the game as it is and just roll with it. They should just do what the Champions League does. Lockout is on the first game. Then there's no need for any team leaks or whatever. You can listen to the most favourite person you want to listen to and roll with it. I love it. Would you start Richards, Esteve or Porro? I would go with Richards. All right, we're running out of time here. Something like that. Flip the card for Gakpo or Haaland captain. Haaland, Gakpo, Haaland. Haaland. Is Captain João Pedro a risk? It's always a risk. Any pick is a risk. Even the most nailed asset is a risk. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, Salah is a risk. Haaland is a risk. Having Watkins, Milinkovic and Sells is a massive risk. But I'm doing it regardless. All right, I've got to make a decision. Do we go with Juve starting or Reindeers starting? All right. Card said Reindeers twice now. We're doing it. We're going to make a quick late move here. Substitute. Juve. Save your team. There we go. That's the team as it goes into the deadline. We've got about a minute and a bit. We've got less than a minute left. So make sure you've got your team locked in. My team is locked in. We're going with Haaland captain, Gakpo vice captain. Actually, we're going to change that. We're going to go with Watkins vice captain, just in case. You never know. Save your team. There we go. Actually, we'll make Collins vice captain. That way, if it goes horrible, I can try and claim it a little bit if Collins goes bang tonight. So Collins vice captain, Haaland captain. That's the team as it is, as it goes into the deadline. We've got 12 seconds till that timer runs out. It's going to be epic. Going to be epic. I'm glad that the Haaland was picked by the card as captain, because I dare say Rahi would have been roasting me if it had gone the other way. But here we are. We're loving it. The deadline is about to pass. It's just hit 6 o'clock here on my computer, which basically means that we should be locked and loaded for this week. So we're going to save that, and we're going to go here at the top, and we're going to go to challenge now really quickly. And then I've got places to be, unfortunately, until the live watch along, which will be interesting in and of itself. Let's go here. How did we go and challenge last week? The answer is, why can't I log in? Oh, here we go. Sign in. There we go. Beat the icon. I don't think I beat Rio last week, sadly. Let me have a look. Let's have a look quickly. All right, Man United. That's my thing. Also, FYI, you can tell I'm a Man United fan. Well, who has an email like that? It's criminal. Especially when we suck ass. Senesi captain locked in. Foden on wildcard done. Nice one, D. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Bateman, for joining. 71 points last week. Top 60%. That's pretty crap, let's be honest. All right, this week, red versus blue. Pick team. We're going to go. We have to go with Salah captain here, surely. Let's go a 2-1-2. We're going to go Pickford in goal. Transfer in. Then we're going to go Tarkowski. Transfer in. We'll go Virgil because, I mean, he's good for DEFCONs, right? Oh, I hate what the DC points have done to the game. It pains me. Why do I even consider it? I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. We'll transfer Salah in. Actually, we'll go with we'll change the formation. We'll go with 2-2-1. There we go. Up front, we're going to go with Ekatike because, believe it or not, how many players can you have in each team? 3 and 3. All right, we're gonna go with my boy. We're gonna go with Jackie Grealish. Maybe we should go with James Garner. That'd be pretty sick. All right, we're going Grealish in. There we go. That's the team. Pickford in goal. Tarkowski, Virgil in the defense. Mo Salah. Actually, I'm going to go Tarkowski captain. Tarkowski captain. Here we go. Tarkowski captain. There we go. Mo Salah, Grealish, Ekitike up front. 2-2-1. That's the team for FPL Challenge. Everybody, I will be back for the live watch along at 3 p.m. UK time or just before it. I'll also be staying on and doing a massive 4.5 hour stint. Don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to be doing the Man United Chelsea game as well. I've got 2 Man United players playing. It's going to be epic. Make sure you join me for that. Hit the notification bell. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button as well. And if you haven't already and you want to join the free WhatsApp group, check the chat. It's in there. There's a link in there. Just press the button. I'll accept you. Thanks for watching. I've been FPL D-Unit. You guys have been a pleasure as per usual. Thanks to everyone that's donated memberships and gave me a super chat in the stream. Much appreciated as always. You guys are the best.